Hey guys, Kickassreaction here, and I am terrified for this one, let me tell you, because today we are reacting to Steins Gate 0. It's been a long time. It's been a long time since I did Steins Gate, you know. Long time since we did the OG series. 5 years, in fact. It has been about 5 years now since I did the OG Steins Gate. Really didn't mean to take that long of a hiatus on Steins Gate. But, you know, I am me, and I am very sus. But nevertheless, I am here, and this even might sound kind of weird for people because I did post beta, 23 beta, probably a little while ago. But this is the first recording. Steins Gate Beta, I probably wrote a message about it or whatever, but Steins Gate 23 Beta was recorded, I believe, on July 28th of 2021. I literally have the OG file on my original PC that I recorded Steins Gate on, and I still have the rendered file out, so I was able to check the date on that thing's creation. And so it's been about 4 years since I watched any new Steins Gate related material, and that was incredible. I probably am just going to write a warning right now for this video. I might put like an intro warning of this video because this start's probably just going to be yap. This is going to be a lot of yap about Steins Gate, my feelings, my wants of Zero, and all that stuff, you know, because typically I don't yap too much, I feel like, anymore at the start of videos. But for this one, it's a very unique circumstance, so you know I'm going to be talking quite a bit probably before we even start the actual recording. But, you know, Steins Gate is my favorite series of all time. That includes doing on the channel, that includes just in general of all the stuff I've watched throughout my life. I love it so goddamn much. We got some memorabilia right here. We've got Kurisu, Makise Kurisu herself. Very fun stuff. This was a nice birthday present from a friend of mine who will probably be watching these videos, which is going to be cool. And that is absolutely beautiful. I kind of expected by the time I did Zero I'd have a little more figure stuff to show off than that. But much like a certain mad scientist, I'm probably eternally destined to be poor and can't show off too much right now. But it is what it is. We got got our Blu-rays here. Our Blu-rays of Steins Gate and Steins Gate Load Region of Deja Vu, which is great stuff. Just binged Steins Gate literally this weekend, all 25 episodes of it. Literally no idea why I did that. That was completely impulsive, but I loved it. And for the last piece we got is we got the manga. Another very impulsive purchase. Didn't expect to see that, but it was there. So I thought, fuck it, why not? Haven't read it yet. Read a little of it, not the whole thing. But, you know, going through this phase of Steins Gate, most likely gonna do that soon. And we even have this. Got it the same day. The first volume of Steins Gate 0, which is pretty crazy. We've got, you know, got our boy, Okabe Rintaro, in his new lovely jubbly black smart getup. Obviously, we've got Kurisu, a peak character. And we've got a new character on the front, which we're gonna likely meet in the show. We've also got Okabe, Mayuri, and a little fucking lolly Kurisu. What the fuck? I've never looked at the back before. I didn't even know that was there. But that's kind of funny. But yes, that's all good stuff. That's my Steins Gate memorabilia. Probably should have got a shirt by this point of Steins Gate, but we can work on that in the future. But, you know, just showing off my my appreciation for the series, and of course, gotta have a Dr. Pepper. I haven't drank or had any kind of interaction with Dr. Pepper since the original Steins Gate video when I drank Dr. Pepper then. If memory serves me, it just tasted like cherry Coke. And I know that's kind of a weird part because I know people who agree with me that it tastes like cherry Coke, and I know people who say it tastes nothing like cherry Coke. So maybe this is just a weird anomaly amalgamation of carbonation and piss that a lot of people just can't agree with. So I don't know. But yeah, either way though, guys, it has been 5 years since Steins Gate, 5 years since we reached the Steins Gate world line, achieved our goals, and all that good stuff, and it was an incredible journey to go through again. I originally watched Steins Gate in the summer, and I usually hate recording stuff in the summer because I'm sweaty and demotivated and it sucks. But I'm specifically doing Steins Gate 0 in the summer because it's the exact same conditions I watched the original Steins Gate in, and I figured we might as well set the stage appropriately to maybe relive that spark of Steins Gate by doing it at a time where I'm sweaty and disgusting and, you know, feeling at my worst, which will make this series pull out the best of me, potentially, you know? But anyway, Steins Gate 0. So, very interesting spot we left on with Steins Gate Beta. Because we've both set up a new stage in Steins Gate, while also kind of deterring ourselves from the consequences of what the original Steins Gate kind of built up if we fail to save Kurisu. As we know from that message, from, you know, future Okabe to his older self, or to his younger self, World War III is apparent. World War III is the future of the Alpha World Line, which is what we are currently on. And conditions for that to be prevented to reach a new world line is to destroy the stolen paper that Kurisu made, that her daddy Yakabachi stole, and to save Kurisu. Neither of these conditions were met in Steins Gate Beta, but there was illusion that we are just kind of out of that plot to begin with now. There was a point where we saw on a newsstand that the paper that Yakabachi stole straight up was just ignored by Russia. It was ignored by everyone. That's very strange, because that was a big condition that started World War III and the whole time travel race to begin with. And we're just not doing that here. I don't know whether they just didn't want to integrate that into the story here to focus on other stuff, or if we have a legitimate reason in Steins Gate to actually go through that, because that's something I'm really interested about, you know, because that was the big threat, you know, of the end of the series, and we are just kind of not doing it. We're not doing that now, which is really interesting. But we are gonna go over that, I'm pretty sure. I have enough faith in this series to see it. Personal wants from Steins Gate 0, I think, is just... it's going to be more character, I think, expansion and interaction. Now, I think it is a bit weird when you go into a series that is an adaptation of a video game, because what I personally want to see more of is the expansion of characters that weren't focused on in the original Steins Gate. You know, the Gadget Lab members past Kurisu, you know, 5 to 8, all of those characters would be great to see, but at the same time, when you talk about a visual novel adaptation, it feels like those character developments probably did happen in the original VM, so it is a bit of a weird case where it's something they probably wouldn't adapt in 0, because, you know, when you're following along the visual novel stuff, you know, those character developments probably did happen in a lot more detail in the novel, or in the VN, so there's no reason for Steins Gate 0 to go over that again. But I'm really curious just to see more of them, right? Because Steins Gate at its core is the original Gadget Lab members and Kurisu, the first 4, which is interesting. But I do want out of this to see more interaction and more alternative reactions from the other cast members, you know, Ferris, Ruka, Suzuha, because we can't have a show about Suzuha, you know, Moeka, you know, I want them to be more expanded upon here and to have more interaction with people beyond Okabe. I kind of feel like we are going to be a little more... we're going to be a little, I think, less rooted into Okabe in this series as we try and develop the other characters a bit more. Because, you know, there's interactions and stuff we don't have. Like, in the original Steins Gate, a lot of the second half of the future Gadget Laboratory members don't really have any connection, and I don't even think all of them even met each other. You know, like... I don't think Ferris and Ruka ever met. I don't think Moeka and Ferris ever met, you know. A lot of these guys have, like, connections to the lab itself, but not much of the members that came later on, you know, because, Suzuha, obviously, she kind of knew everyone from time travel stuff, and she did get to know Okabe a little bit in Steins Gate. Ferris, obviously, knows pretty much everyone, because they do go to the maid cafe, you know, Mayuri works there, Daru and Okabe are always in there, you know, so there is connection there. Ruka, I think, only has really a connection to Okabe and, Mayuri. Obviously, Suzuha, Okabe mostly. Moeka's the really interesting one in this story, because off the bat right now, we don't have any connection to Moeka whatsoever. She did not have any connection to anyone in Steins Gate going into it. And obviously the whole like FB thing going on, we don't know if Mr. Braun has actually hired her to work in his little tech shop yet. So she's just kind of an outsider right now that we kind of have to reintroduce to Steins Gate again. But like I said, I'm really interested to see how she would interact and vibe with characters outside of Okabe, you know, Ferris, Mayuri a bit, now that she isn't really as tied to FB, Daru, you know. So you've got characters like that I really would like to see more of, but I still would like to see them with Okabe as well, because, you know, Okabe is the central focus of Steins Gate, but I want to see these others come together to really help out as well, especially since with Okabe kind of giving up right now and kind of trying to live his life, it feels like a lot of the work and the weight will have to be lifted by others right now, because Okabe cannot do it on his own anymore, you know, he doesn't have that will anymore. And I would like to see it, you know, because, you know, I love all of them, you know, I think Ferris, Suzuha, and Moeka are probably my most interested ones right now. I'm not, you know, Ruka's fine as well, but he's probably my least favourite of those cast members. And I do think that they all kind of vibe with Okabe, and I'm very, very interested to see the divergence now with the new Okabe. What I think we might get in episode 1 right now is, I don't think we're going to really play off of the end of Steins Gate 23 beta, where we saw, like, AI Kurisu, whatever that was, you know, and Okabe kind of just went back into the role of seeing Kurisu and kind of seeing what he can do again. I think we're going to focus episode 1 on the expansion of beta, the expansion of, you know, past the point we just straight up copy-pasted footage, you know, and we got, you know, all the fluff from 23. I assume we're going to see the time gap between the end of summer and I believe we're at the beginning of winter in Zero now. And we're going to see, you know, how Okabe entered college, you know, he's apparently, like, he's got a squad now. There's new characters to come in Zero that he's got a squad of, like, he's got college friends now that actually, you know, like him and meet up with him, which is going to be cool. And I do think we'll get introductions to those characters here as well. I'm curious what the vibe is going to be with everyone else, because everyone knows Okabe as his, you know, typical, insane, unpredictable, mad scientist hoeing Kiona persona. And I'm curious just how everyone's going to react to the shift, you know, because from everyone's perspective on the Alpha World line, this is literally coming out of nowhere, left field, absolutely nowhere for everyone outside of Daru and Mayuri. And, you know, for characters that really vibe with him, I think it's going to be very personal and quite hurt, because, you know, Ruka met Okabe when he was doing his thing, and that's how he fell in love with him. Ferris loves vibing with Okabe because she's really kind of a silly otaku nerd as well. You know, she really vibes with hoeing Kioma and that persona, and she loves making up nonsense with him. So I'm really curious how she's going to interact with Okabe now that he doesn't really want to be the mad scientist anymore. And, you know, on a level I do feel like, in terms of just, like, shipping, I feel like Ferris is probably the best fit for Okabe outside of Kurisu, because, while yes, she does really vibe with hoeing, and you can make the argument that she loves hoeing more than she does Okabe, which is what makes Kurisu perfect, is she vibes with both of them. But I think what really hits for Ferris is the, you know, on the world line where we focused on her specifically, she really did grow to love Okabe. You know, she's always messing about and being, you know, being her silly self, but the world line where, you know, he saved her life and, you know, she gave up the ultimate sacrifice of her dad, she really did start to, I think, love and appreciate Okabe for the person that he was outside of the silliness. I mean, you know, she even said that, you know, in that world line, she kind of felt like they got close enough to where they can just call each other by name, you know, because Ferris isn't her name. Her name is eluding me right now, but it's not that, and she wanted Okabe to call her by her real name at that point, you know? So, while we don't have that Ferris here anymore, it does show that she has the potential to really, you know, appreciate Okabe for all that he really is, and I'm really curious what we'd get from that. And that's why I do think Ferris is the most appropriate partner for Okabe, barring Kurisu, you know? Obviously, Ruka, I mean, that is pretty funny, and I'm really curious to see how those two interact, because most of the time, while Ruka does appreciate Okabe, the dude's mostly confused the entire time they interact because it's just, she doesn't vibe too much with Halloween, but she does go along with it, and that's going to be interesting to see. You know, obviously Daru, like, we didn't get much of him in a beta as well, so I'm curious how he'll interact with that. And, you know, Moeka, again, complete anomaly, no theory to Moeka. But the interaction with the new Okabe and everyone is really what I'm curious to see, as well as just, like, the new squad. Like, who are the people Okabe met and made friends with who have no idea about, you know, his silly shenanigans as Halloween Kyoma? And, you know, when they vibe with that, will they vibe with that when it comes back, you know? Because that's going to be really cool. You know, the main theory about this is going to be that, like, this is going to be a journey that kind of is the Okabe that leads to the final message in 23, main 23, that this Okabe is going to be the one that went through hell to get that message out there. And I think that's a fair theory to have right now. I'm also curious just on the world line jumping as well, because while we have kind of made peace with stopping that, it is Steins Gate, and we can't break the roots of the series too much. Of course, there's most likely going to be divergences. There's going to be potentially D-mails or some other form of his reading Steiner ability to trigger, and I'm really curious to see how we click with that. I'm also curious if we go beyond just what a typical, like, break would be. I have no idea what would constitute as a major breakthrough, but obviously the two main world lines are the alpha and beta ones, but are we going to go beyond that? You know, because with the divergence meter, how it functions, I mean, you know, we can go anywhere from, like, you know, 0 to 9, you know, we can go anywhere. You know, we're on the 1.0 world line right now, which is the alpha world line, but can we go to 2.0, 3.0, 5, you know, 6, all the way up to 9? Like, are we going to make that many drastic changes? Like, I don't know. Hell, are we going to go backwards? You know, depending on what the fuck happens in this story, you know, I could... See, I give it a 10% chance at most, but I could in some way see, in some capacity, us going back to the beta world line somehow. You know, if some kind of shift happens that isn't even really in Okabe's, like, say, Okabe's control, but it does happen, I could see us popping back on beta for very limited time, but possibly, you know, hell, maybe it would be intentional. Maybe Okabe would try and get back on beta because he, for some reason, you know, needs Kurasu's help for something, and he just goes back on there temporarily to get her help again. You know, that's the big thing going into Zero, is that his closure with Kurasu has been ruined. You know, he failed to save her, and that time leap that failed completely ruined his closure, you know, that Kurasu gave him in 22. So, pretty much all bets are off now. That could happen. And, you know, why, obviously, I don't think we're going to wait that long to go into, to wait for Kurasu to come back. I don't know when it's going to happen, but I feel like when we finally get Flesh and Bone Kurasu reunion again, all bets are off. All bets are off at that point. You know, we can go back to beta, we can go to literally anywhere. The moment Okabe sees Best Girl again in the flesh, you can literally do anything you want at that point, and I will be perfectly fine. If we go to beta again, if we somehow fucking go downward again, you know, all we know about the alpha and beta world lines is that Mayuri dies in one, Kurasu dies in the other. If we go up, are the other Future Gadget Lab members gonna die? You know, is 2.0 Daru, is 3, you know, is 3 gonna be Ferris? You know, up and up and up and that, like, you know what I mean, but you know what I'm saying with that. What the fuck is going to happen in those world lines, and is it going to be that ridiculous? I really hope we get answers to that. But, you know, it's going to be really fun. You know, episode 1, that's kind of my theory, just expand upon this, you know, meet our new characters. I don't know how many we're going to see, but I suspect at least 3. You know, maybe more than that. Obviously, we've kind of already got a new one because we've got a completely new rebooted Suzuha. Like, the Time Machine is still in this world line and Suzuha is still around here. Fuck knows what she's doing. But we literally cannot have a Steins Gate series without Suzuha. Literally, in the movie, they couldn't even get rid of her there. You know, and I should say right off the bat, while I rewatched Steins Gate, the only thing I didn't rewatch yet is Load Region of Deja Vu. I have not done a rewatch of that. I meant to, but I just haven't gotten around to it yet. I might do it tonight, but I am going into this with a unfreshed memory of the movie, but I don't think it's really relevant to this story anyway, so we should be okay with that. But yeah, you know, like I said, in general, I'm just really curious what's going into this. Really curious what the story's going to lead to, again, because it seems like we are leaving the World War III stuff out of it for right now with the paper gone, like, what the hell? But either way, you know, I'm really excited to get into it, you know. I've been curious about this series for many, many years now, and I think it's finally time that we get into it, you know. We have 23 episodes in this, plus an OVA, much like Steins Gate regular, we do have an OVA to go after that point, but we don't quite reach 25 episodes. And, you know, I'm really curious about it, because, like, yeah, it's Steins Gate, and it's genuinely peak, you know? So, yeah, guys. Oh boy. Don't break. Why don't we finally get into our Steins Gate nonsense, you know? Let's see where we actually go. Oh, I fucking hate these things. Just come off. There we go. Bottoms up. Delicious. The best soda of all time. Let's do this. What do you got for me? Break my heart again. Do it. Do it. And we just start in the future, because of course. Why not? Why not? We're getting Suzuha's origin right now. Holy shit. Suzuha. Yes! We're turning this up a little bit. Who the hell? Is it this girl? Is it this little Kurisu girl? Look-alike?
What if I'd acted differently?
Yeah! That's the quest, that's the
If I just done
divergence.
things another way
That's the divergence.
and reached my hand out, would this future be different?
Yep. And that's why it's so perfect, because the divergence from Beta is literally Mayuri. Here she didn't convince Okabe, she didn't slap him in the face, she didn't snap him out of his depression. She gave in. She gave him and did what Mayuri would do, and that was to cuddle him and tell him it's okay, and that, in the end, that's what ruined everything. It's the big divergence from everything. Jesus.
That day,
That girl.
if my Hikoboshi had burned bright just once more...
Who are you? You literally, blue eyes,
What if when he fell,
red hair.
I'd reached out and touched him?
No, what if you slapped him? I assume Okabe's dead by this point. Oh my god, maybe I should have done this in winter. But the lighting's just too shit to do in winter. I only have so much limited time to do anything with. That is sick though. So that girl's from the future! That's not like a current character at all! That girl's from the future!
You are drifting down, plunging through your memories, as you sink ever deeper.
Who's this?
Feel light. It entrances you.
Okay.
Tell me, what color is the light?
It's red.
Standing within this brilliant aura is someone of great importance to you. Is it a family member?
She's not.
Then a friend, perhaps?
Not
Or
yet.
maybe a lover?
She doesn't even know me. She and I, we haven't...
Kurisu. Is this therapy? Is he in therapy? Some kind of form of therapy? That is a very...
There was no reason to wait around for me.
That is a very different style choice. Very different outfit than what we got
Turns
before.
out hypnotherapy works well for someone with a robust temporal lobe. The doc says I'll be fine.
Wow, you mean it?
Yeah, but he does want me to keep up the counseling for a while. You were right about it helping. I'm glad I took your advice.
So depressing,
That's such a
man. He's in
relief.
therapy
Honestly,
now.
it seemed like you were having a pretty rough time lately.
Sorry if I worried you. How about we go grab a bite to eat? It's my treat.
God, he's so monotone now.
In that case, why don't we head over to Akiba for old time's sake? Ruka and Ferris invited me out a little while ago, and it sounded like
Yes.
fun.
Oh my god. Wait, Ruka and dude, I don't even know if Ruka and Ferris ever met one another in Steins Gate. That's what I was going into. Some of them never even interacted. I don't.
That's the best news! I'll tell everyone we're on our way. One sec. Hey, Ferris, guess what? Guess what?
Ironically,
Somehow December already.
I think they're the only two that didn't
Yeah.
meet.
It feels like the summer happened moments ago.
Yep. We're gonna get the intro halfway through like last time. Because I don't think Ruka was even in the movie. I know everyone else was because they had like the party, but
They said they'd be waiting in here
I
for
don't
us
think
somewhere,
Ruka was
so-
even in the film.
Ruka, Ferris, we're here! Toot.
You know, I would say, oh god damn it, I got stopped and complain, but I did yap for a bit at the start, so I'm not too bad about that. If I didn't, I'd be through the video by now. But anyway, let's keep going. How ironic! It's winter and I'm sweating my fucking nuts off watching this. So we're gonna meet the
Let's see.
squad.
They said they'd be waiting in here for us somewhere, so... Ruka,
Yo.
Ferris, we're
Yo.
here! Toot,
Yo.
toot, toot.
Yo! Oh my god! Oh my god! Yo, Ruka!
Ruka, Ferris, been a while since I've seen you.
We're well aware.
Yoma! I missed you
Alright.
so much! Yoma.
Alright, see, now this is kind of what I wanted to say. I wanted to see these reactions to, like, you know, them without, like, when Okabe really snapped and stopped being, like, the mad scientist. Unfortunately, it doesn't like we're gonna get that here, which is unfortunate. But also, like I said, I don't think in the original... I know it's silly me saying that because I literally just fucking watched it. I don't think Ferris and Ruiko ever met each other, right? Because I'm thinking, like, in the movie, I think... I can literally picture everyone in the movie, but Ruiko. I don't remember if Ruiko's in the movie at all. But, like I said, in Steins Gate, I don't think they knew each other at all. So this is really interesting. And yeah, like I said, bit disappointing we are just going for the time skip right here and now, so we don't get everyone's reaction to, like, Okabe knew. But it's okay. Also, like, I love how Ferris has got, like, a winter stuff over the fucking maid cafe. That's pretty cool. And Ruiko, though, like, he looks pretty good as well.
Cut this nonsense out.
What for now?
Yeah. This is a better shot. I don't know what it is. It might just be the change of clothes, but Ruiko looks pretty fucking good here, you know? Because I know, like, we had the whole femininity, like, thing in Steins Gate. I didn't really care for, like, his design at that point. I didn't really think he looked that hot. I don't know. He looks kind of hot now. I don't know. Maybe it's the hair. They might have done something subtle with the hair change, but, you know, he looks better here for some reason. Maybe it's just the attire matching the hair. I don't know. I don't know if I'd go full on and say, like, you know, balls or not, I'd so hit that, but, like, he looks pretty good. It's pretty good.
Oh, more importantly, will you please stop calling me that?
Wow.
Because it's from the dark past.
Ironic, given the change of clothes.
These claws will show him not to mess with my Kiyoma!
Of course.
Aw.
You know, this kind of feels like the old days. I go to the lab every now and then, but I never see you there anymore, Okabe.
I thought he
Well,
lived
I've been
there.
quite busy.
Don't tell me you've been captured by a secret society!
Like, was it just me? Because, like,
Unfortunately, I'm just swamped with college seminars.
I genuinely thought Okabe
There are
lived
clubs
in
as
the
well.
lab.
Meow!
Because it was just like a small apartment he turned into a
Do
lab.
you guys research UFOs and Bigfoots and stuff?
No, I'm now a tennis star.
No way.
Are you serious?
He is not that
One of my
athletic.
professors is the advisor. You'd be shocked at my proficiency.
I never really pegged you as a sportsman. Look at Wimbledon. Here comes O'Green.
So practicing day and night
Maybe
must
it's
be why
hot.
you're so busy, right?
Well, it's not really that intensive.
Where's Daru as well?
And what have you been doing without us?
If you must know, I've had some, group dates.
Group dates?
Oh no! The two love interests.
Girls? What perverted group are you running?
Oh my
You think
god!
It's okay to flaunt your love life in front of us?
Both these two want his dick so badly
Why are you ganging up on me?
because they both want that
Take it to
dick.
normal student affairs.
Both of them.
So gross. I expected better. Explain yourself,
How
Kiyoma.
could you, Okabe?
You're a ladies' man, a chick magnet, and a bloke magnet.
What, is something wrong? She wants to know if I'm around Akiba now because she has something she really wants to show me. At the lab.
Bro, is the lab like a trigger for him now? Can he like not go in there anymore? But if he's not in there, who's paying the rent? You know, that's why I thought he lived there, because like he's paying for stuff.
This calls for all-out war! Leave no comment left untrolled!
Hello, Suzuha.
Normal's best IP was never one of us! He's nothing but a damn liar! How could you marry Parthenon, you fraud?
Cool it
This is your dad.
Whoa,
This
that
is your
channel and
daddy.
Ripple are on fire. I bet those two get doxxed. I can't believe I didn't know about this sooner.
An
This
avid
is why you
Reddit
never
user.
step away from...
Listen to me if you want to live.
Suzuha, put that down or Daddy will get
I'm
angry.
a little player.
This sloth fuck is my daddy.
Together. All you ever do around here is nap, play games, and mess around on the
Jesus
internet.
Christ,
Not my
Harak is
fault every
big.
time I start working on time machines, I crash. Plus, we've already got one. You could just use that as my template.
No, I can't,
Oh,
because
my-
it's the one you invented in the future.
That's
You
how they
thought
got through
now
it,
you'd run with us with
camouflage?
creating a time paradox and all kinds of problems.
Well, if it's guaranteed that I make the thing, then who cares? I'll get right on it.
That's also not
Tomorrow.
true, because he
I'm
fixed
telling
it
you,
in
it
the
was time you
in
started
the
working
beta
on it
world line.
seriously. I remember Mom used to get on your back for procrastinating.
Oh yeah, we have to
I
meet
welcome
Mama
her
as
on
well. I
my
forgot
back.
about
You know
that.
what I mean?
That's so
I completely
gross.
forgot about
Yeah,
like
but-
Sousa's mum as part of
In
this
the
group
future.
now.
You always say that this world line is the worst one imaginable. But having me was the best thing that ever happened to the two of you. I came here to convince Uncle Ocarine that somehow we could figure out a way to change the future.
Well, does he not check his phone?
Since
Like, did he not
day,
get that
He
message?
hasn't been back to the lab and nothing is different. Someone's here.
Yeah, probably
what
the
are
lab
chances
members.
It's Ocarine?
It's not. I hear boots. It's Mom!
It's mum? Wait,
You
what?
gotta hide!
What?
So on it.
Have they ever met before? Daru and the girl, I mean. Not Suzuha.
Yeah, come in.
Hello, hello. How was your day?
This is someone new!
Amane, hey. What brings
Amane.
you to the lab?
Oh dear, Mayuri isn't here?
Mayushi?
I knew an
No, I
Amane
haven't seen her.
recently.
Oopsie, I think I must be early. She said she was gonna meet me here with some of the other girls.
Wow.
That's so.
Do you mind if I wait in here with you?
No, sure.
Perfect. Thank you.
Is this mummy or is
Your
this
little
someone
sister out
new?
and about in town today?
Huh? Little sister?
Suzuha.
Your little sister.
Well, all of my little sisters are strictly 2D. Oh yeah, you were talking about Suzuha.
Of course. Who else would it be?
She's literally got the same voice for
Nobody?
crying out loud. I don't know why they gave the same VA to the mama. That's so silly.
Oh, there you are. To you, Yuki.
Yuki.
Yay, Ferris and Ruka came too.
What's that, Amane
It's
Yuki?
my feline fantasy.
Yeah, he's still got the thing for Ferris, which is going to be really interesting about this series to
know.
see him fall in love with another woman.
Nothing's changed.
But just to see where, like, Ferris's love life goes, if anywhere.
Mind if I come in?
Bro, you pay the rent. Of course you can come in.
You don't have to ask me for permission. It's your lab, isn't it?
Yeah.
I suppose so.
Wow, Yuki, your clothes are so cute. I knew that's what you were going to say.
So new
I
character
wanna
number
check it.
1.
Do a catwalk trail for me, please.
We've got some sodas here if you're thirsty.
Yeah,
Wait, Ocarine,
if that wasn't
where are you
Mama,
going?
he
What,
wouldn't.
can't a
She
man
wouldn't
use his
still be
lab's bathroom?
hiding.
The toilet's been acting kind of weird.
That's a much bigger space than I thought they had.
Are you okay?
God damn!
Oh, hi, Susan.
What the hell are you doing?
Hey there.
Absolute zero. Peak title. Couldn't have been better.
so pretty.
Yeah.
Still have no
It's a
idea if
feast
this
for my
is
eyes, and I'm
Suzuha's
about to
mama or if this is just her
girl.
being silly.
Hey,
We're pretty much avoiding
I went
everyone.
up to the roof with Suzuha earlier. Seemed like they wanted to talk about something important.
Oh, okay.
Damn. Mayuri's like, aw. Yeah, because one of
You didn't
Mayuri...
have to come up with a lie in the first place, you know. Saying you're his little sister complicates things. Makes you more suspicious.
I get that, but how was I supposed to know that Mom would want to hang out with me so much?
So that is his wife.
Day at Summer Komi Ma. Who knew she'd be one of Mayu's cosplay friends before she'd ever met Dad?
They really didn't just copy and paste the girl from episode 25, which was just copy and pasting Suzuha with a palette change. She's cute though. She is cute.
Suddenly, there she was.
Daru, you fucking hit good.
She has no
Big
idea
time.
that one day she'll give birth to you.
I really like her hair as
I
well.
wonder
That
if
is
she
some
feels a
wild
connection,
Amazon
but
this
she
hair.
can't quite place it.
Dad said he'll explain everything sooner or later.
And to be fair, if the design was the same, it'd be a dead giveaway.
Still, though, it's hard to believe they'll have a kid together.
Daru getting
Well,
laid
get
up
used
always
to it,
nuts.
because the fact that I'm still here means the future hasn't changed at all.
And planes are a PTSD moment, yep.
This world's so peaceful. No one knows to be scared. By the time I was grown up, you'd only see scenes like these in photos and old movies.
World War III ravages everything.
Yeah, and because Dad and the others were building a time machine, we were seen as a rebel organization.
At least you and your parents managed to escape alive somehow.
No, my mom was mowed down in a barrage of bullets trying to protect me from a military drone.
Jesus Christ. You can definitely share some trauma
I
then.
saw her body ripped to shreds.
Seeing
right
your loved
before my
ones go.
eyes.
Big
I
time.
was practically showered in her blood.
Then he would know a thing or two about that.
Uncle Ocarine, the future in store for this world line is a living hell. So many countries start fighting over time machines that the death toll is unfathomable.
But again,
there
like-
are decades of
like-
horror and despair
like,
ahead.
the
We're talking about the lives of billions of people here.
The paper's
You
been
can
ignored.
change it.
What the hell is going on?
I am begging you, please,
I don't get what we're doing.
I can't.
Uncle.
I've drifted through so many different world lines that I've lost count. The one constant is that no matter what reality I step into, time machines destroy lives. I've seen them drive you to ruin too, damn it. Over and over, loops of misery. Believe me, I know how useless someone can be against time. No matter what I tried, I was powerless.
You say that, but you have altered world lines before. You told me that yourself. So then, why not?
It won't work! You can't just change the past to switch world lines! It breaks the fundamental rules that govern our universe! Humans like us were never meant to tamper with such powers. The moment we start meddling, we're punished. It's too much! I'd rather tear my eyes out than see it all again!
Only you can do it.
Oh my god. For now. Maybe you just need more
We
support.
still have some time. Please, give it another thought for me. This isn't over. I haven't given up.
Nor should you.
I guess Suzu had other stuff she needed to do, huh?
Just gotta push another
Yeah.
world line out.
The two of you didn't fight up there on the roof, did you?
That's not
Little
what
bit.
happened.
I see. Ugh. I didn't think it was gonna be this chilly today.
And trains are gonna be a moment as
At
well,
least
right?
The lab was lively for a change. It was a lot of fun.
Oh
seeing
no,
everything.
no it's not. You can get on a
Is that
train just
right?
fine.
Yep. To be honest with you, for some reason I felt really lonely every time I've gone over there lately. It's been sad.
Even though Daru's there?
Yeah. And it's strange because before I used to wait in the lab all by myself for you, so I should
just-
be used to that.
It's missing a person,
There's no
you know?
reason for me to feel alone when I'm there.
Daru's
it's
there,
just-
but it's just not you.
Sometimes it's so overwhelming that it makes me want to cry. Big ugly tears, you know? Kind of feels like there used to be a bunch more people hanging around.
Yep.
It's an illusion. Just a dream. Only
Oh,
3 people that ever came to the lab.
oh
me,
stop it, stop it.
Daru at the computer.
Can't deny her own reading Steiner ability.
I guess you're right.
That's not fair. So no one else has joined the lab. Oh, I guess that makes sense if he stopped using it. Also, he's got a new phone.
Is it a bad message?
No. Some people from
I'm going out for some drinks if you're free.
Mitochondria University are giving a seminar on Ocuba tomorrow. I was hoping to talk with one of their professors, but I guess they've gone out drinking for the night.
So weird. It's like you're totally normal now.
I know. Hoin Kiyoma is retired.
Go meet them.
Please, I want to see.
How's it ditching you?
I want to see, like, this group. How many? Oh, and he's got happy pills. That's a much bigger group than I expected. They're also so normal looking.
Artificial Intelligence Revolution.
Yep,
Mitochondria University.
there we go.
Professor Alexis Leskinen.
Artificial intelligence.
It's the college she went to.
Oh, what a great shot! What a great shot!
So scared.
Kurisu.
I think I'm dying. But I don't want to die.
Oh, it really hits you when you've been sitting on that for a long time. God, how long is this series gonna go as well? Because this is only like 3 weeks. The OG was 3 weeks at least.
Hey, excuse me. You work here, right?
This is another
Wait till I go
character!
get to the staff room.
You a kid? Yeah, you're a kid. Love the hair though, that's
You
wild
must
as
be
hell.
lost. This is a university level conference.
I'm well aware, you idiots.
She's just a super omega genius.
What do you mean?
You're the fourth person to tell me I'm in the wrong place since I arrived here.
Mitochondria University. Part of the Brain Science Institute. Oh, I get it. You're returning someone's back.
Her fucking picture's right there, bro.
You're telling me the school is letting in middle schoolers?
Now you're just being insulting. There's no university that accepts people that young.
19.
21 years old?
Oh my god.
In other words, I'm a full-grown woman. Middle school, elementary school, or preschool. You got that?
But sure,
You have wrong colored shoes on.
I was in the wrong. I'm sorry.
She's just super lolly. Holy shit. Like super lolly short. God damn.
What was that?
Nothing.
Got like another
Just a cough.
Neapolitan level shortness. And a tsundere
Wrong
about.
direction. You want the staff room? Go out that way, and then it's the door at the end of the hall.
I love her design though. Her hair
Thanks
is
for the help.
wild.
21, huh?
Yeah.
I can practically hear Daru shouting legal lolly for the win.
Let's go! That's such a Daru thing to say.
Let's
Oh,
Kiryu Moeka.
this is how we get her?
Why?
She works here too?
What is she doing here?
Yeah.
Not again. Calm down. This is the Beta World line. It's nothing like the other one.
No, this is the Alpha World line.
It can't be. Is that girl?
I need to look up her height though. That is so funny.
Good day, everyone.
皆さん、こんにちは。
Thank you for attending my
本日
seminar.
は私のセミナーに集まってくださって感謝します。
Ah, she's a translator.
コロンビア大学農学研究所のアレクシス・レスキネンです。
It's weird hearing
通訳とアシスタントは
hearing
私
Japanese in a
東
dub.
山府が務めます。
She says it so fluently, though, so naturally.
The topic of today's seminar is the artificial intelligence revolution. But before we delve too much into that, there's a thesis I'd like to familiarize you with.
Why not they did that in Japanese? They flip it over, so English for the Japanese parts and
from our
vice
university
versa.
laboratory. All of our memories are stored within the cerebral cortex.
You
More
saw that face.
specifically, our histories are held within the temporal lobe. Our minds work as if they have a computer's flash memory. The brain sends electrical signals between neurons at lightning-fast rates. Ultimately, it is the pattern of these electrical signals which create and reinforce memories. They archive our pasts.
Was she working on this before she ever made it in the lab? Well, I guess that would make sense if she did it so well.
I regret to say that the bright woman who proposed this theory passed away at the young age of 18. But using her theory as a foundation, we were able to construct a monumental computer program. That is, a system that preserves human memory as electronic data.
And Kurisu was the first person they used it with. Somehow.
Though previous systems fell short of having real identities, we've developed an artificial intelligence built with data drawn from actual human memories. Yes, it has feelings and memories, just like a human. AI with a brain and a heart.
Talk about another way to bring about Armageddon. Holy shit.
Without further ado, we would like to demonstrate the AI named
Makise Kurisu.
Amadeus.
Or Amadeus. Amadeus, huh? We actually... God, that's way too... Oops, sorry. That's way too loud. We actually did not get the intro in this episode. Very interesting. Very interesting. Oh my lord. That was good though. That was very good though. Holy shit. Man, talk about, like, you know, like, just, you know, time travel, yeah. AI, we're just stepping into all kind of, like, technology and shit that would cause, like, you know, world wars and, like, you know, the robotic uprising now of AI's technology and bullshit, like, bro, just dabbling into all the sci-fi, like, nonsense that would bring about humans extinction, you know, like, and cool, of course, that's just how it is. That's literally just how it is. Because we have to do that. Why wouldn't we? We get an after credit scene? No. But it doesn't seem like these are... These don't look like they're spoilers. Yeah. Because I'm assuming, like, the, because Steins Gate outros were not spoilers, or just little nitbits to get you excited for the next episode, and it looks like these ones are kind of the same thing. So that's pretty cool. Alright guys, that was the first episode of Steins Gate Zero. What a crazy ride. So, very, very bittersweet right now, you know. There's a lot going into the start of this, the big premiere about, you know, Okabe Rintaro, his now current lifestyle, you know, how he lives, everything that's going on is just nutty, you know. We got our whole, like, big AI explanation thing at the end there, going over AI Kurisu was teased at the end of 23 beta. How pretty much going off of, like, Kurisu's theories and work regarding, you know, the whole electrical systems in the brain, how you can transmute data into memories, or memories into data, you know, and building off of that research, which, as we know from Steins Gate, was very well thought out, you know. It's kind of how she used that research herself to actually build, like, the phone wave and build a way for, you know, Okabe to actually go back in time, and, you know, without her research and knowledge, that whole thing wouldn't have been possible. But we're bringing up that in more detail now to see what that would have been like in a world where, obviously, the phone wave never existed. Very interesting stuff here. So it seems like they are going to be using Kurisu's memories to transmute data into an AI, and, what the significance of that AI is going to be in the show, I'm really, really curious about. You know, what are they going to do with that? Kurisu was one of the biggest, brightest minds, you know, pretty much in this world's history at the age of 18. You know, there's a lot you could do with that. And I'm curious if it is going to straight up be just like a one-to-one translation of Kurisu as a person to Kurisu in this format, or if something else is going to be the case, you know. But either way, this is going to be massive amounts of trauma for Okabe right now, because, you know, he has such a big connection to our girl. And that is a really interesting thing about Zero in general, is that, you know, I imagine Kurisu is a lot of people's favourite character. She's definitely my favourite character in Steins Gate. So it's really interesting. The premise of this is kind of making the Steins Gate universe expanding upon the ending, but doing the entire thing without Kurisu in it. To have one of your favourite and essential core characters of Steins Gate be out of the story for however extended period of time is really interesting and kind of, you know, a little nerve-wracking to really think about. You know, there could definitely be a lot of apprehension going into Steins Gate with this, but I really am curious to see just what the direction is that we go off of with this, right? Because it's certainly interesting, it's certainly curious to see what Okabe could do with this, and just how far we're actually going to go with this concept right now. Because we know that Kurisu's going to come up again, we know we're going to see a Kurisu someday at some point, most likely. But either way, we have this right now. So given the whole, like, AI talk and whatever, is it possible that the girl, like the mini Kurisu, for lack of a better term here, that we saw at the beginning of Zero, that, you know, Mayuri was looking at in 2036, is it possible that is straight up like an AI Kurisu? Like that girl, you know, at some point in the future, we actually build, like, you know, prosthetic, like synthetic bodies for the AI, and somehow maybe the future Gadget Lab, even, you know, Daru's handiwork, we built like a body for Kurisu to be in that for some reason just turned out to be a lolly, and that's AI Kurisu in a body. Like, is that what we're going with there? I don't think it's the worst idea in the world, given how similar the like the aesthetic design seems to be. You know, both eye color, hair color, even literally like hairstyle seem to be the same as Kurisu. Is it possible that all that's the case here? Because, you know, I can't imagine what significance that girl's going to be if she is, like, from the future and not actually, like, a girl in our present timeline. That seems kind of crazy to even think about that. But it is interesting to think that we might actually go that route, you know, not even getting Kurisu back, but AI Kurisu in the flesh, as fleshy as you could get, you know, that kind of thing. But it's really cool to see. You know, I'm really liking how this is going right now. So I think this is very interesting, right? Like, the circumstances of this series are very interesting. They're very ironic and they're very bitter, because, you know, it seems like Okabe is subconsciously even attempting to distance himself as much as possible from the future Gadget Laboratory, which is playing into Mayuri, you know, because a big, you know, the big themes about Steins Gate, you know, was Okabe's uncanny desire to save Mayuri, his inability to ever let her go, you know, his refusal to lose, like, his closest, dearest friend. And ironically, because, you know, he's behaving in this way, because he's staying away from the Gadget Lab, in ways he is neglecting her now more than ever. And we're even seeing like the remnants of that from Mayuri herself, where she doesn't feel like Okabe's really around much anymore. And that was, again, a core aspect of Mayuri from Steins Gate in general, was, you know, because of his time leaping, because of his time spent with Kurisu, because of her own, like, reading Steiner ability, tapping in a bit more than others, you know, and remembering, like, the bad things that happened to her, she felt like herself and Ocarine, were becoming distant from each other. And now it's like a case where that is just continuing, you know. Despite his endless pursuit, despite literally giving up the happy endings of everyone, despite giving up his precious Kurisu, Okabe is, you know, unintentionally abandoning Mayuri yet again, which, you know, I really do believe is going to be brought up at some point in the future, because it's obvious what's going on, and I'm really curious how we're going to actually go through that. And, you know, it is tragic, you know. I do believe that Mayuri is again going to be essential to the story of Steins Gate Zero, but I'm really curious just what the build up to that is right now, because right now they're more distant than ever. And, you know, I don't want to say we'll just flip head and go, like, to the lighthearted tone of Steins Gate in the second half as a parallel to the first Steins Gate, where the lighthearted stuff is in the first half. But, you know, by halfway, you know, we know Steins Gate, by halfway, shit's going to hit the fan, and I'm curious if it'll once again be in relation to Mayuri in some way, right? But that's really interesting. Bro is literally now in therapy because of what's going on, because of his reading Steiner ability. That is crazy. Again, it's all going into just the absolute trauma of you know, Okabe Rintaro, and the absolute trauma of just everything he's gone through, between reading Steiner affecting him in some ways, between him not being able to fully distinguish which world line is from another, which is crazy, you know, and all of these things that he can't even theoretically prove to his therapist, to his friends, because it's such a unique circumstance. Like, I like how much he is getting help, specifically Mayuri, you know, made him do that, but it is tragic just the direction we're going with this, which is really interesting. But I'm really liking this. Obviously, Suzuha is here to, you know, do everything she can to try and push Okabe to take the second round in the time machine again. Again, that might not even be at the end of the show, you know, like, you'd think that would happen at some point in the future. You know, what is the point of, say, you know, what is the point of, say, an Okabe from the future giving a message to his younger self to go back in time if he could have done that himself, right? If he could have somehow done, if the Okabe that sent the message could have just done that himself, you know? So I'm assuming we are going to use the time machine again at some point for something, fuck it up, and then that's why we have to send the D-mail so far back into the future. But, you know, that's probably still stuff that will come much later down the line. Surprisingly, it doesn't seem like Okabe's, like, college friends seem to be much in the story at all. They seem to just be kind of randos we're following right now, but it seems like the characters we met in this episode, the actual ones with screen time and you know, dialogue, they seem to be the ones we're going to be focusing on. Hyajo Maho, our 21-year-old lolly. Of course, Steins had to have a lolly at some point, right? This came out in 2018. Obviously, lollies are in fashion by that point. We had to have one of those. I don't doubt she's going to be a member of the Steins Gate Zero cast. Almost at the Future Gadget Lab there. And Yuki Amane, very interesting. Obviously a complete overhaul in design from 25, where they straight up just copy-pasted Suzuha. I love how they didn't copy her design, but they still had the same VA do her line, so she sounds exactly the same as Suzuha. That's just hilariousness right there. I think the Steins Gate world line redesigned her, and we saw it very, very briefly. Because I'm thinking we had a scene where, again, haven't rewatched Load Region yet, but we had a scene where Daru did show off his girlfriend to Kurisu, I think, and she had different design there as well. So I think this character literally went through 3 design changes. 3 of them. That is crazy. But to be fair, she's hot. She's really hot and cute. I can't believe Daru ended up tapping that. You know, maybe there is hope for people out there like that. And that is honestly pretty funny. I'm not surprised, though, that Suzuha has actually given away that information, right? Because she was very tight-lipped about the mother in Steins Gate, both Beta and Alpha Suzuha's. But here, she just straight up admitted, like, that's her mum. That's the girl that Daru's going to get with. And it seems like a bit of a spoiler, doesn't it? Especially given, you know, the fact that, like, the design is so altered, you know, and different that, like, even as an audience, we wouldn't know that was her, you know? So that does seem kind of surprising that they would give that away to both, you know, the character and the viewer. But, you know, I guess it will just help us actually build up a relationship with them going forward, you know, especially with, like, Ferris here. Like, Ferris is here with her. I'm so curious. And in general, I'm curious about, like, the relationship stuff between everyone in the show. You know, will we get any confirmations for anyone past just Okabe, Kurisu, Daru, and Yuki in this story? Will Ferris get with anyone we know? Will Mayuri somehow, you know, Ruiko, like, you know, anyone like that would be kind of cool. And we're even, we're also bringing in Moeka now. I guess without, like, the IBN or anything like that, without FB, without Mr. Braun, she got a job at the same place Okabe's at. So we're bringing ways of bringing Moeka in, because obviously Shining Finger is the one character that's, like, the most distant from everyone right now. No, I don't know if that's coming through or not. There is like construction work going on around me, so I don't know if that comes out. I hope not, but I can hear it, but I hope the mic isn't picking it up. But you know, that's going on, obviously. Like, how that's gonna go on, how we're gonna bring Moeka in is gonna be really interesting. And I do like how, you know, despite not being directly involved with the Kurisu thing, again, a lot of what's going on with Okabe, a lot of his experiences are rooted into his PTSD, even to the point where people are as well. Like, Moeka here is a trigger for Okabe. You know, it seems like the future Gadget Lab itself is a trigger for Okabe, and it feels like we're going down a really tragic route where everyone, potentially most people that he spent time with in the Beta World line are becoming, like, you know, PTSD trauma trigger points for him, which is why he's indirectly just staying away from the lab so much, because it's bad for his health, it's bad for his mental health, you know. And, you know, when your friend starts to become points of trigger for your trauma, that is unfortunate, especially for, like, ones who didn't even do anything. You know, like Moeka, she did a lot to him by far, but is she the only one this is happening to, you know? And again, just how, like, I can't imagine Okabe's not the one to bring it in, but I don't know how they're gonna do that, but I'm really curious, you know? But yeah, that was an incredible start to this story. Obviously, we're still somehow in the path of World War III. Okabe knows that right now, and, you know, we can't let that happen. You know, I know we're gonna let that happen because they literally showed it in episode 1, but we can't let that happen. So I'm really curious to go into this. I'm really excited for it. The new characters do seem pretty cool. Yuki seems fine enough, but, you know, she is a friend of Mahiru. She's a friend of fucking Mahiru. She's a friend of Mayuri, so, you know, not too much going on there. But Maho, you know, our 21-year-old lolly, our legal lolly, she's probably going to be a bit more important, given that she is rooted into, like, you know, the Kurisu stuff. But yeah, either way, guys, great shit. So let's get into episode 2. Alright, guys, episode 2 of Steins Gate Zero. Mayhaps we'll get our intro this time, you know? Because to my shock, they didn't show it in episode 1. But let's go. I really like her design. Her hair is just beautiful. Amadeus.
This system is founded on cutting-edge theories proposed by one of our researchers, Makise Kurisu.
All of this was Makise Kurisu. Yep.
My apologies. It will take a moment for the program to launch properly. Please remain patient.
Does this mean it's not working? I'm not surprised, since the ideas they're presenting...
What we saw from Beta, it does seem like it's working fine.
From a scientific standpoint, this is nonsense. It's not possible to digitize memories and
don't
swap
stand
them
up.
around like files. Your proposal is insane. I've read the ludicrous
It's
paper
very
that was published
real.
in Science. The theories don't hold up. No surprise.
He's gonna stand up, isn't he?
The lead author is a 17-year-old girl.
Don't be dissing his waifu like that, you bitch.
Objection!
He said objection. Oh, Ace Attorney, this bitch.
Sir, you can't take it off the table if you've never tried it. Our world is full of technology that people once thought could only exist in science fiction. We have those things today because of researchers who dared to dream bigger. Blind criticism like yours accomplishes nothing.
Damn. That's far more civilized a response than what I expected.
Wonderfully put. It is thanks to bold ideas and open
Wonderfully
minds
put.
like yours that science...
It is thanks to bold ideas and open minds like yours that science continues.
Bro, he's
to
speaking
progress.
English right now.
The vision necessary
Why are
to
you
become the
translating
world's
English
first
to
insect.
English?
However, scientists must always remain calm in the face of adversity. Outbursts like yours should be saved for those eureka moments when our experiments succeed.
Wow. I like that,
Thank you
though.
all for waiting. Please turn
Considering he
your
was
attention
mocking
to the screen.
Kurisu, that could have been
It's
so
time
much
for a
worse.
better interpreter to take over.
You know, Okure Rintaro would have torn that guy apart.
It's a pleasure to meet you, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, that is sick.
I am Hiajo Maho.
Even she's in
Or more
it!
specifically,
Hiajo.
I'm a copy
Maho.
of her from 78 hours and 22 minutes in the past. I am her memories.
In some ways, it's
In
pretty
other words,
disturbing.
I know everything Hiajo Maho knew roughly 4 days ago. I'm an encapsulation of her mind.
Her
I notice
entire
somebody
history.
In the fifth row is snickering. Yes, you in the red
They can
flag.
respond to current
I
events
can
as well.
probably guess what you're thinking. You assume my responses are pre-programmed. That what all of you are watching now is just a video.
That is
I know.
terrifying. That's straight
Others
up
might
just
be wondering
AI.
if the human me is controlling my actions in real time.
Actual artificial
Although,
intelligence.
Most of you are likely thinking this. Preserving memories as electronic data is impossible.
So if they did this with
course,
Kurisu,
if
how
that
far
were
back to
true,
her
then-
memories go?
I wonder, what exactly does that make me?
Did they copy her from when she was
The human me is
17?
controlling my actions in real time.
Or
Although, most of you are likely thinking this. Preserving memories as electronic data is impossible. Of course, if that were true, then...
What am I?
I wonder, what exactly does that make me?
For real. And we finally get our intro. Oh, peek! Kurisu, yes, let's go! Alright, how many characters? I was not told this was spoilers. This world is not even real at all. Just a vision pulled over our eyes. So we're focusing more on AI now than we are time travel. But we'll see how far that goes. Stuff with Moeka and Maho. I guess we had to make someone new for for Moeka to interact with, right? Poor Mayuri. Honestly, she might be more of a background character in this show. Oh my god, oh my god. Let's go. Peek. We're gonna go back. There were faces. Mayuri. Someone new. That is not Mayuri. That looks like... is that the little girl we saw before? Literally, it's all Mayuri and it's just this one girl. Is AI Mayuri somehow? What? Did they put Mayuri into a little body? Oh, don't do that! Don't do that! I like how he's got a different phone because he actually got a job so he can afford stuff now. Oh, you just showed all the main characters. There is no God, wonderful new world. Alright. So we've got much bigger lab now. Alright, so from the left side, we've got Maho. She's actually not much shorter than Ferris, damn. It's just Okabe's massive. I thought she was a lot shorter than that. We've got Yuki. Moeka! Looking fabulous! Even leggings now as well. I'd say she looks a lot older, but Moeka obviously she was like the oldest member of the Steins Gate cast, I think, barring Mr. Braun. So that's not too out there for her. Yuki, really good stuff. And there's a mystery girl at the end next to Daru. Someone with a very distinct palette, you know, design. But we do not know yet, so that's gonna be fun. Akihabara. Of course. And this bloke. This is so upper class for you. Like, it's actually insane.
You want to know my credit card number? This is a scam, isn't it? What age did I stop taking baths with my dad? I should report you for sexual harassment. No, I can't tell you what pajamas I wore 1 week ago. I don't remember.
Really?
The AI seemed truly conscious. And stranger, she had emotional responses and forgot trivial information. It's as if she's...
Yeah.
It's our Einstein.
The fact it can
I must
forget,
know, what did you think of
like,
Amadeus?
that's what really kind of separates it
Sorry.
from, like, human to robot.
I am just not cut out for this kind of party.
Nice.
It's you, from the reception desk. And you are...
I'm Okabe Rintaro. You're Hyajo. Am I saying that right?
It's a strange name, isn't it? Though it is pretty common in Okinawa.
Hyajo. I've never heard that
For the
before.
party?
Yes,
And she's
I
got a
brought
lab
something else
coat.
to change into.
Yeah, it's a nice
At
lab
least
coat.
I'd planned on doing that.
Nah. She's adorable.
Madam, I'm sorry for earlier. For being so rude as to interrupt your seminar.
Please, don't worry about it. Things might have been worse if you hadn't said something. I would have had to argue with him myself.
For real.
Also, Also,
And she's a
drop
bit of
the
a tsundere
formalities and
herself.
loosen up a little, will
So
ya?
she really would have done it.
Okay, if you say so. Well,
Dude.
I thought the seminar was incredible. To perfect such an advanced AI is an amazing
Oh, this is
feat.
just so not
Yeah,
Okabe!
but that's
It's
not
just
the
so weird
case.
hearing him talk like a normal
I assure
person.
you, the system is far from perfect.
One day,
You had me fooled.
the mad scientist is
Loads
gonna
of
come
kinks
back
to
out,
work out.
and I'm
For
gonna
example,
love seeing how they
if we
react to
tried
this.
implant extracted
Everyone.
memory data into someone, there'd be no way for the brain to process it.
You see, when people try to access their memories, the signal goes from the frontal lobe to the
Yep,
temporal.
yep, they all figured this out. He actually knows
You
the
mean
answer.
top-down memory search signals.
He knows this because he's spent so long with Kurisu.
Certain elements are needed for transmitted signals to be utilized by the temporal lobe.
And then, of course, by sending the copied pseudopulse to the frontal lobe,
The memory search signal will function.
So she's not just a translator, she does understand all of this herself.
did you come to these ideas yourself?
Well, would that be so odd?
I've heard this theory before. One of my colleagues proposed this exact same idea.
Was it word for
But
word?
the thing is, she
Kurisu.
never published that hypothesis anywhere.
Kurisu.
You came to the same conclusion.
Oh,
as
she doesn't
did,
even fit.
and
She
you're
can't
not
put
even
her
in
she can't put her feet on the
neuroscience.
floor.
Coincidence?
I like this one.
It's not. Everything I said came from one of Kurisu's lectures.
Kurisu! Where? When was this?
A while ago, when she was here as an exchange student, we became friends and she shared some of her ideas with me.
So you knew her pretty well.
I did.
Yeah.
Sorry if it seems I was hiding that from you.
Yeah.
No. It's actually really great to hear. I'm happy to know that she was making friends.
We mostly argued, if you want the truth.
Are you a friend as well?
So like her. She'd never admit defeat, even when she was wrong.
What we heard, like, didn't sound like Kurisu had many
Arguing
close
just to argue.
relationships at all.
She threatened to rip my frontal lobe out on multiple occasions.
Very tsundere-esque.
I bet. You should have taught your young researchers to be more disciplined.
I freely admit that mistakes were made. Sincerest apologies.
Damn, I didn't think these two would get along so well. What? But to be fair, Okabe like almost always has very awkward introductions to people and then just vibes with them right after.
Sorry about this.
And yes,
I know.
I guess she was close to
Crying out
Kurisu.
of nowhere.
She just misses her,
You two
reminiscing.
must have been close.
We were. Sometimes it's just so much.
It's crazy she never once mentioned her.
Your nose, too.
I'm not a child.
But it's nice. This must honestly help Okabe to vent to someone
There
who
you are,
personally
Maho.
knew
I was
Kurisu,
wondering where you were hiding.
to let all the bottled stuff out, if just a little.
You found our Mr. Einstein. Glad you could make it to our little party. Don't tell me you've already gotten into a lover's quarrel.
Wow.
How do you usually settle things like this in Japan?
He is a harem protagonist.
Not that.
You've got it all wrong.
Every pussy wants him,
My fault,
including
it's
some
fine.
dicks.
We were talking about
You know?
Kurisu.
Just
And-
it's how it is.
Hold on. Are you telling me that you were personally acquainted with Kurisu?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. If only you
So
know how
met her
far they
here.
went.
Interesting. And you're a university student.
I attend Tokyo Denki. My name's Okabe Rintaro.
And during the seminar, did you speak out in defense of our work because it was based on her ideas?
Oh, no. Not at all.
Yes, absolutely.
Actually,
But also because
I suppose
science.
that might have been part of it. If that's the case, then, Maho, perhaps it would be a good idea to introduce Mr. Okabe to our friend, to test her.
Oh, AI Kurisu.
He's an outsider, and besides, he's only a student.
AI
If he was friends
Kurisu.
with Kurisu, he's hardly an outsider.
Yep.
We should feel grateful they knew each other and embrace this
Oh my.
opportunity.
Oh.
you'll have to.
Do you
forgive
feel like
me.
having a
I'm not
massive
following
trauma
any of
dump?
this. Introduce me to who?
A massive PTSD
Not a real
episode,
person.
Okabe.
He means Amadeus.
Oh, from your demonstration earlier.
That was
Yeah.
a version of the system created using my sampled memories, but it's not the only one. We have data from another researcher.
Wait, another.
Yeah, that wasn't too hard to figure out. Kurisu, KFO. CD and DVD. Oh, we're going well back in the past.
Storing Kurasu's memories too? Up until now, Maho and I have been the only ones to speak to her, gauging her functionality, but our conversations are beginning to run dry.
Oh,
so what do you...
Oh, this is terrifying because this Kurasu has no memory of him. On top of that, just how far back does this Kurasu go, I wonder? Because, like, yeah, this is gonna out him as, like, this Kurasu's gonna say, like, I have no idea who you are. Who the fuck is Okabe Rintaro? Unless we go down the absolutely ridiculous route that, like, you know, and we're gonna say, like, if the AI Amada could, like, if it could forget stuff, could it have read in Steiner itself? Like, no way, no way.
Say.
I'd suggest you think it over. I don't know what your relationship with Kurisu was like, but the closer the two of you were to each other...
They shared one sentence with each other in this world line.
...to meet her as Amadeus.
There are her memories from 9 months ago.
So much fucking fun in this thing. Ugh.
Hello again.
Such mid. What's up?
We're planning to start a new research organization made up of neuroscientists from around the world.
I love how she has one orange, one
now.
pink, just slipper thing.
It's Sunday. That means he's off.
Sandal?
You came all this way.
Oh, they're just straight up not even the same.
Are you sure you want to do this? I get the feeling the two of you were closer than I thought. It'll be hard. Amadeus can seem real. It will sound like her voice talking to you, but it's a mimic. And even knowing that, it's easy to forget. She'll seem alive, like she's on the other side of the screen talking to you. Try to remember, the Amadeus you'll meet is constructed from memories collected from Kurisu in March. She's not the girl you became friends with. That person is dead. I know that sounds harsh, but...
At least he's being warned beforehand.
The more you talk with Amadeus, the more the truth will eat at you. You'll realize your friend is gone forever. There's nothing you can do to change that.
I'd love to know what happened the first time you two interacted.
Coming to terms with this is why I'm here.
Maybe try and re-spark some closure that Suzuha robbed you of.
Go ahead and have a seat in that chair.
One single application. Dude, this is like massively top secret.
No
Holy crap.
At my password.
Of course.
All yours. What's wrong?
Nothing. I've come this far.
He's literally trembling.
It's still not too late. Run away while you can.
What would you say to Kurisu, man?
Well then, maybe you should work on your delivery and be nicer. Just like Kurisu, you lab-obsessed girls are also...
So what?
I get it.
Wow.
People who spend all their time on experiments sometimes forget how to interact.
If I'm not mistaken, that sounds like a slanderous statement. I should sue you for defamation.
Oh my god, she's so sassy!
Let me buy you a soda as a truce.
That's cheap.
You asking
What's
a date?
so funny about that, ma'am?
Dude, I love how Maho is so, like, sassy. She does vibe.
It was her. She was right in front of me.
Yep.
Right there. So close.
And this theme.
It was her voice. Her face.
Go ahead.
What do you say? What do you say to someone like this?
You're Okabe Rintaro. I see your tag.
Yeah.
I'm Makise Kurisu. It's a real pleasure.
Yeah, she doesn't know you. Closed epigraph.
Okabe here is a student.
Don't you dare skip that scene.
The other day.
Don't you dare.
He seemed very interested in the system, so we invited him over.
Really? For you to do that, there must be something very special.
I know, right? Like, she just vibes with him.
Okabe?
He's got a thing.
Are you interested because you're a neuroscientist as well?
His major is different, but he's proven his talent. Even the professor has been impressed by him.
Oh. Psst, ma'am. Could you scoot a little closer to the speaker for a second? Please, just do it. Come on.
Bossy avatar.
Could it be that?
Huh? You gotta be kidding me!
You don't have to be embarrassed about it.
Wow, and she's teasing him.
Asking crazy things like that.
What was her question?
Just
Are you
forget
two
about it.
fucking?
Yeah, sure.
That was the question.
You don't say another childish word, got it?
Because, like,
You
she's
didn't bring
never
up
this
anything
friendly
to
with
talk about
people.
absurd imaginings without any basis.
The more you evade, the more suspicious you are.
And it's ironic that
Just kidding. I'll
it's ironic that, you know, this is Kurisu's lover.
This is one of the many bugs
Eventually.
we're facing with Amadeus. Sorry about that. Feel free to have a conversation if you like.
Sure.
Please forgive me. You can ask me about anything and everything.
Just hearing that
I'll
voice
answer
in
as
this
much as I am able to.
in this tragic scenario.
Anything, huh? Do you think one could construct a time machine?
A time machine? Really?
Yes.
Well,
This is your question? Why ask about something like that?
Girl, be quiet.
It's a thought experiment.
Huh.
interesting. My personal belief is no. Time machines aren't possible. However, that isn't to say that they're altogether impossible.
That goes against. Yeah, that's a.
You don't think it's all just a bunch of nonsense?
How different was the Kurisu of the Beta World line?
There are a number of time travel theories, but they're nothing but speculation. All of them are unrealistic.
Even so, we could be missing that one critical discovery that unlocks a new understanding, don't you
this
think?
is a very different
They're not
perspective.
possible at the moment, but that's not to say they won't be in the future.
How's that?
The answer she gave me just now was somewhat different than when I spoke to her before.
Oh.
Could it be these changes are due to the differences in the Alpha and Beta world lines?
Yeah, that's possible.
Ritaro, hello, friend, or should I say, konnichiwa?
Did you bring drinks?
In the American ways, what up, dog?
Oh, don't start with that again, Okabe.
That was embarrassing.
Don't you start, Christina.
Christine? No. Oh, it just came popping out.
No one. Just forget the name.
Yep.
But now
This
I'm
is not
very-
your
It's
assistant.
an accident, so drop it.
You're clearly very worked up about something. Is Christina...
Yeah.
Why must you be so difficult, Christina? I mean, Kuritsu.
Why do you keep calling her that?
Don't you start piling on top of me, too.
Just,
Answer me.
it's just
Mute yourself.
for a moment, Okabe Rintaro became Hoen Kyoma again.
Our Amadeus is pretty amazing, eh, Rintaro?
A tester?
Yes. We want you to talk to Amadeus from time to time so we can expand our data set.
Sure.
You'll be able to do so until I return to America. All we ask is that you visit us here at the Institute twice a month to submit your findings.
Damn right. Let's
You want
go.
me writing reports?
Nothing too formal. It shouldn't be much trouble. You can talk with her whenever you feel like it and give us your honest reactions as to how the system is working.
How close is it to Kurisu? Oh. Don't get obsessed,
If you're
man.
not up to the task.
I
don't
can't blame you
hesitate
because
to
it is
decline.
Kurisu, but like,
I can
oh.
completely understand if it's too heartbreaking to speak to an AI created with the likeness and personality of your deceased friend.
More than that.
Are you sure about this?
We're already getting to the point where you and I are running out of new things to talk to her about. Plus, I'm quite curious to see if this changes Amadeus. How will she react to conversing with someone on the outside?
Somehow I knew this was gonna
This is
happen.
sounding dangerous, to be
Did
honest.
you now?
Yes. From the moment I found out that he knew Kurisu.
Okabe Rintaro,
Oh my god, he actually installed
I
it.
hope we meet again.
There's somebody out there who knows a Kurisu I don't.
Man? Excuse me?
How close are you two?
Why don't I grab that for you?
I'm fine. I don't need anybody's help.
When one tsundere interacts with another.
Here.
This is very different from what she depicted it
Ma'am?
to be before.
You really need to watch the tone you take around this new person.
Why is that?
He could find it unattractive.
I told
my
you
God.
to stop bringing up foolish
Kurisu
things.
playing
But just like
matchmaker with
the last
Okabe
chick you
again.
have at love in your
Damn, she's 21, girl. Chill.
You're the only one who needs to learn some manners.
Chill.
An operation?
Yup. Daru and I thought of it.
Mega?
A big festive operation
Is that meant to
cheer
be
up Suzu.
Sega?
What exactly are we talking about here?
To be honest, Suzu actually scares me a little bit. But I think she's really a nice person at heart. Sometimes when I'm half asleep, she tiptoes over and puts a blanket on me. And she's always helping Ruka and the others with whatever they have going on.
Oh my
Are
god.
you
The
okay?
thing could call you?
So we're thinking of throwing
That's
Suzu a
insane.
Christmas party as a present to help brighten up her day. Doesn't that sound fun?
A party, huh?
Are you busy?
Maybe her very
It's not that
first
I'm
one?
Busy. I just doubt Suzuha would want me there. I'd probably just upset her.
I don't think that's true, though. Suzu wants to patch things up with you and be friends again. I'm positive.
Pick up the damn phone.
You should answer whoever's calling. I'll wait for you right here in the park.
I'll be quick.
I see you finally decided to pick up after
How dare
ignoring
you.
my calls 8 times in a row.
Damn.
Well, I was busy.
If you don't feel like talking to me, I suppose it can't be helped. It's just, with you being a tester, I thought I'd get to chat with more people than I used to.
That's her. I know that spunk and that moodiness.
Yeah, it's
The
different,
curiosity driving
but
her.
it's still Kurisu at the core.
Refusal to lose.
Why aren't you saying anything? In any case, you can call me whenever you feel like it, I guess. But I'm a busy person too, so I might not be
Baka.
able to answer you.
Yeah, Baka. Tsundere till the very end.
Without a doubt.
That's
Makise.
that's your Kurisu. Ah, that was it. That was it. Oh dear, my camera actually hit a limit. I'm gonna need to delete some files. English. English ED. What the hell is this nonsense? Why is this OP in English? Yep, the original phone. Bro's upgraded to a smartphone. The endless Okabe's in the world lines. One day that lab coat's going back on, and it will be glorious. Obviously, we got a teaser naked Kurisu, because that's just the biggest of peak you could get in anime. And really, oh man. How interesting though, despite barely being here at this point, Mayuri is still the big point of the ED. It's like Okabe and her are still universes apart now. Ticket chicken tenders, because, you know, gotta have them. You crazy? Having a universe without chicken tenders? Alright, so it looks like Maho really is gonna be like a big part of not only just Okabe right now, but like the whole future gadget laboratory and as a whole. But yeah, I'll be back in a second. Alright guys, we are back. And that was episode 2 of Steins Gate 0. Had to delete some footage there because my camera was getting full. Really interesting. So, we've already kind of implemented a way for Kurisu to actually be a part of Zero, which, you know, I obviously knew was coming at some point, but I didn't think, A, I didn't think it'd be this soon, and B, I didn't think Okabe would be able to do it literally whenever he wanted. Like, more so the fact that, you know, I keep forgetting the fucking AI's name. It's not even hard to remember. Amundus? No. You know, AI Kurisu for now, until I finally remember it, is, you know, more interested in even talking to him because, you know, given that this is a very human-like AI, you know, with all the memories of a person prior, you know, being stuck and confined to how limited you are in social interactions is going to drive even an AI of this magnitude crazy. And, you know, it makes sense why, even though this Kurisu doesn't know much of Okabe, it is interesting to see how eager she is to speak to him. And it does provide a very interesting perspective of how, you know, given the world line shift, obviously, this is pretty much a reset for Okabe and Kurisu's relationship. And makes me curious just how this would blossom, you know, if any romantic feelings in there, or even aside, how a relationship would be at the starting point of Okabe and Kurisu without, you know, all the silly innuendos of Okabe Rintaro being Hoen Kyoma. You know, if he actually speaks to Kurisu like a person here, what's it going to be like? And I'm really curious, and I do feel like we're going to take full advantage of that right here. So, really excited to actually see this. Really curious if, you know, this Kurisu will speak to anyone else, you know, like Mayuri, Suzuha, that would be pretty big, you know, Daru. Just see how these vibes go, you know, in such a different perspective of what we had compared to Steins Gate Zero, or to Steins Gate Regular, you know. It is kind of scary though, because it does feel like right now we are, despite bringing up a lot of the remnants that Okabe went through in Steins Gate, we do feel like we're relatively in the easy part of the story right now. We're in the light-hearted part of the story, because this is Steins Gate. You know it's going to get so much worse than this down the line, that it makes me very scared to think, you know, when we reach, you know, possibly episode 12, possibly sooner than that this time, you know, once we get to 10, the double digits, you know, like, how bad are we gonna get? Possibly 8. I know my set maker was very conflicted on what should be an endpoint, and we're going, the next 2 sets at least are going to be going another 3, 4 to 6, and then 7 and 8, so I know that 8 is like a big ender. You know, what the fuck's going to happen there? You know, we're in the easy part of the story right now, and I'm curious to see how far it's going to go. And I'm curious just how much we're going to get of actually this new character, Maho, because she does seem like, you know, she is the newest character with the most going on right now. She has a bit of a vibe going on with Okabe. She seems to actually click with Okabe quite a bit. I like how we've already established that, you know, she's not just like tsundere. She's not, you know, against the idea of new people talking and kind of bantering with her. She does have legit sass to her, and she does seem to, you know, kind of want to be friendly with Okabe. She's not even, like, you know, objecting to the idea of Okabe taking her out to buy her a soda. She actually kind of, you know, sasses back at her at that, you know, because you'd think, you know, this is very easy for a caricature to just be like, you know, not gonna date you, dummy, or any of that silly perverted innuendo. This girl is very interesting, and really curious to learn more about the relationship between her and Makise, because based on what we have got of her right now, even now, you know, we're making the jokes of like she is perceived as a child by many, makes me think that potentially it was like that in the workplace as well, and Makise being, you know, not the same kind of tsundere, but, you know, similar vibe. She does kind of get the defense walls that Maho puts up, you know, a bit herself, because she does do that. I'm curious if she was the only one that really understood Maho in that way, and thus she was the only one that really Maho had as a friend in the lab work. Because even, you know, Kurisu kind of alluded in the original that, you know, her workspace in America wasn't really ideal. It was, you know, it was great, you know, the work and resources were fantastic, but the social interaction there wasn't exactly, you know, the stuff she could dream of. And so, I'm curious if, likewise, Maho and Kurisu were like the only real friends they had with each other when they were actually working, you know. So it is cool to see that, you know. You can definitely see that Maho has taken a liking to Okabe specifically because of his own relationship to almost said a different name there, to Makise, and you know, I'm really curious to see how that's gonna go. You know, because, you know, you interact with Okabe Rintaro, you're kind of forced, honestly, to be part of the Future Gadget Laboratory in some way, shape, or form, even if the guy's not even spending much time there himself anymore, you know? Because once you start knowing Mayuri, you are dead set in there. But no, in general, I'm really liking her. She does seem like a fun addition to the cast right now. I'm liking the angle she has. She is, you know, a scientific genius as well in her own way, different from Kurisu, but she does have her own unique style that I think does make her an interesting character to interact with. And it's the fact that Okabe is making these relationships and these different, you know, connections now outside of, like, the mad scientist persona that is going to make, when he finally dons that lab coat on again and he finally becomes Okabe Rintaro, the mad scientist Hoen Kyoma again, it's going to be so interesting to see how Maho adapts and reacts to that kind of Okabe. You know, that's going to be sexy. Not in like the pervy way, just the like, yes, I this is peak kind of way, you know. But I'm really excited for it. This is a worthy addition to the cast, and you know, I'm really curious to see where we're gonna go with this. Like in general, this is really fun. You know, we didn't do too much here in terms of like the overall like cast, the lab assistants. You know, the Future Gadget Lab wasn't in this episode. But just, you know, building the time to establish a new relationship with Okabe, with Mahou, is really cool. And I'm really curious, you know, given they're already making the jokes even about, you know, these two are like OTP, you know, because Okabe, again, is like a harem protagonist, let's be real. I'm really curious how that's going to vibe with the rest of the, of the group, because everyone wants Okabe's dick outside of, like, outside of, I almost said Makise, no, outside of Daru, you know, and I guess Suzuha as well. But outside of that, you know, fair play. I haven't actually memorized the name of the other guy yet. The guy who's kind of like trying to get into like Japanese culture and their like customs and you know, spoken language. The other guy, you know what I'm talking about. I haven't put his name to memory yet, but I suspect we'll see him a lot when we see Mahou, so we'll get used to him at some point. But yeah. Either way, though, that was really fun. Like I said, we're taking our time. This is a slow burn, but that's kind of how Steins Gate always presents itself fundamentally. At the start, you know, we're not seeing too much of even Mayuri right now. That does seem to be a bit of a plot point. Again, it's the Okabe and Mayuri are not spending too much time together now. And between what's already gone on in the time skip between, you know, 23B and now his time's being taken even more so with the AI Kurisu and Mahou and that whole thing going on. So I'm really curious what it's going to be like between Mayuri and Okabe now, as well as Suzuha, because she is like the most important like side character right now in general. I'm really curious about that. But yeah, really fun stuff. I do like how the outro seems to even present that a little bit. How, you know, it's kind of like focused in that little headspace, you know, where like usually the worst or like, you know, the readings of the future kind of pop up there in that little land space of just deserted land and everything. Always prominent to Mayuri that, you know, Okabe and Mayuri right now are kind of worlds apart, and it seems like the distance between them is opening up more and more now as things go down this spiral, despite the world line he's on. And I'm really curious to see where that actually is gonna go. So yeah, guys, let's keep going. One more episode in this set, and I'm excited for it. Alright guys, final episode, episode 3. We have a long journey ahead of us, and I'm hyped. Let's go. Back in the mystical lands of Akihabara.
Yep. Everyone's coming to the lab to hang out, and it would mean the whole world's
Oh wow, more friends. Oh!
We're all invited? Sure,
More of
I wouldn't
Sayori's
in front of
group.
you if you weren't. I'd never leave my cosplay buddies out. It's a Christmas
These are the
party after
cosplay
all, so
buddies,
the more the
nice.
merrier, right? I'm making Santa costumes for you, so come on.
Whoa, seriously?
Yeah, we did tease like a party for Suzuha.
So hard on Winter Kamima? Yeah, your costume designer is going all out.
Do
and
you
making get-ups you'll love,
Do
so
you
be
still
ready.
work at the May Cafe?
That's my future wife. I love ya.
Whoa!
Hey, you
Okay. Future wife. We got someone simping for Mayuri up for once.
Objection. I'm with Yuki. We want to see you wearing one of your
Bro
own
keeps saying
creations.
objection, man. The ace attorney.
And besides, I know someone else who wants to see you dress up too.
I genuinely cannot believe they gave her the same VA as Suzuha.
Yeah, he's your boyfriend.
Wait, what?
Wow.
No, he's not. Ocarina and I haven't ever liked each other that way.
I'm surprised they even alluded to that.
Along so effortlessly,
Like, it's obvious to outsiders that, you know, that would be the conclusion.
Because Ocarina, well, he likes somebody else. Are you sure? Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The two of us do get along really well, but that's because we grew up together.
I don't
like
even think
siblings.
she thinks that right now. Or maybe she does, but she doesn't know who it is. But, like, yeah. I can't believe they even, like, shit-teased that, honestly, in the show. Because, you know, it's obvious to draw that conclusion here. And I'm sure there is legitimately a, like, an ending with that in the game. But, you know, no. I don't blame anyone if they do ship Mayuri and Okabe, though. I can definitely see it. But not my OTP, you know? But I feel like you can honestly ship Okabe with anyone, and I'd honestly be okay with it, aside from Daru. I don't know as well, I don't know if Steins Gate Zero is a game that has alternate routes to it and, like, endings. Probably it would be, just to keep the theme of Steins Gate going, but I know, like, nothing about this in comparison to OG. I don't know how similar it is as, like, a game at all. This one girl has still not shown up yet. This is tragic, just trying to catch out and reach out to Makise. Our beloved Kurisu, man, we gotta get her again. Gotta get that SpongeBob SquarePants cosplayer back. This girl right at the end there. Someone we still gotta meet. X-Day Protocol. Nice.
I thought I told you never to call me during class.
Yeah, that's why I called you on your break between classes.
Oh my
I
god,
took it
it's even
upon
got your
myself to
schedule.
peruse the schedule on your school's website.
Brother. It can even do that?
I knew you
It can
were
browse the
ignoring
web?
Hey, I have quite the full plate at present.
It's
Oh,
weird
yeah?
seeing him with a
What's on
smartphone.
It's impolite to pry.
This is so embarrassing. Plan out your excuses at least.
Jeez, why the harangue? If I don't answer when you call, it means I'm busy.
At least he's
I'm only
getting
begging
used to
you
seeing
hold you
Makise now.
accountable for your promise.
I don't know why I'm calling her
Promise
that.
is that?
Kurisu.
You don't remember? This little lab of yours. You said you'd take me there.
Look, we may call it a lab, but it's more like a purlieu.
Still. The original me spent quite a lot of time there, didn't she?
Well,
Hey, you don't have to be evasive.
Oh.
Answer me.
Yeah.
I have to take this. Goodbye.
Do you count her as lab member 004?
Oh, great! I have some exciting
Okay,
news
she
for
does
you.
still work
Lucky
there.
and the others said they can come to the Christmas party.
Really?
It's nice seeing
Well, I'm
that.
glad.
Oh, one
That
more
attire
thing.
again.
I bought a ton of supplies to make some costumes for the girls, and I was wondering, would it be too much trouble for you to help me carry it back to my place?
Not at all.
Fairies.
Can I meet you at the lab after my lecture period?
Yep. I'll be waiting for you. I got Okari.
Oh my god, they all work here.
Great, that's perfect. The only one left now is Suzuha. Does she know about it? But that doesn't guarantee she'll be there. Isn't she always at the
Not gonna
lab
lie, I
anyway?
really like Mayuri's
Yeah,
maid
usually,
cafe
but whenever
attire.
anyone
The
else
wig is
shows up,
really
she always
nice.
runs and hides. It'll all work out, don't you worry now. Leave it to me. This kitty's got your back.
I think she's like the only one wearing a wig as well, which is kind of
So
weird.
this is Akihabara.
It's uncouth to stare at your phone and walk. Hanging up?
Hold on. If you switch around to the back-facing camera, I can see.
Hmm.
Okay.
Nice! Again, just seeing him with like modern tech is weird.
Is that a... Never mind.
She's a massive otaku
Not
nerd,
near as big as I
Kurisu.
imagined it would be.
Can't hide that.
Radio building.
Actual
Hey, don't cover it up.
place of trauma.
Come on.
Hey, Mr.
Been
Braun!
a while, Okabe.
Hello, science guy.
Nice to see
But he's
you both.
actually polite.
Who's that?
Quiet in there.
Man, times sure have changed. You're a legit college student now.
I know,
Some wannabe
and he finally
scientist.
respects
Keep
him.
up the good work, champ.
Oh my
Wow,
god,
we're that much of a
damn!
weirdo.
Please shut up.
Oh my god, actually, like, that relationship is weird.
Kept my promise.
This is the lab?
A little bit.
It's a pigsty.
Is that really all you've got to say?
Oh, allow me to rephrase. Why is it all cluttered with junk? Laboratories tend to be messy as a rule, but this is absurd. Do you get anything done?
I told you it wouldn't be anything like the labs you're accustomed
Not
to.
one
Yeah,
thing.
but you didn't say it'd be a train wreck.
They
This
did make a
place
time
gives
machine
Maho's
here,
room a
though.
Run for its money.
Should one divulge her friend's private habits so thoughtlessly?
I was only hoping to win support for my campaign. Tell that girl to clean her room every once in a while, okay?
Nice.
I'd rather not anger a bona fide Leviathan, thank you.
Anyway, I've always dreamed of sharing a space like this with a group of friends. Where we all had our own sets of personalized forks and spoons and stuff.
You wanted everyone to have that? And in the end, he made it happen.
You got over here sooner than I thought you would,
He made it
Okari.
happen.
Doo-doo-doo. Are
Do-do-do.
you listening to music?
Is that one of your friends? I'd love to meet...
Hanging up.
Hey,
Yeah. Don't deprive her of the friends she once
Yeah,
had.
but no worries. You did mean a ton of
They're
stuff.
already just coming out and
That's all it's
saying
for
the
anyway.
the lab was everything she wanted.
All the girls'
That's why she
costumes
rarely
for
ever
Connie
left
Mom
it
were
in the
sent to
main
get
show.
us for the party.
Like, really,
The
she was
Christmas party?
deep-rooted there.
So is everyone coming?
Mm-hmm. Fubuki, Kaede, and Yuki are for sure, and Ruka and Ferris are too.
Nice of them to
Yuki's
actually
coming?
introduce all of the
Yeah, of course she
all the
is.
friends that we didn't
You
see
know
in the
what
main
I
show.
think? Yuki and Dara would make the perfect couple. They should get together.
OTP.
Fubuki was like, no way, never gonna happen. But why not?
And there's the proof.
Our first mission is to find this little guy. Got it?
Oh,
Oh, okie dokie.
this girl's finally coming up. Who is this? Who is this? Mini Kurisu? You know that's the intention for you to get that conclusion. Now these two definitely never met.
Did you say Rumi? Nobody calls me that. I'm Ferris. Meow meow.
Aw.
Listen, if you don't come to the lab once in a while, people get worried, you know?
If I go there, my mom... I mean...
Yeah.
I prefer to be alone, that's all.
I brought you some treats. All your favorite little kitty snacks, meow.
Either she's really
Just
tall
keep
or
it till tomorrow,
Ferris
so
is
you can
really
try and
small.
Enjoy them, okay?
Thank you.
How is Daru's time machine research coming along? Seems really hard.
He's learning a lot, but still.
I'm sure he'll figure it out.
Look at you
Sorry
asking
to
about
put you
Daru.
through all this trouble.
It's no trouble. I just rent the building's top 2 floors to make sure no one pokes their whiskers around your research.
Are
Dude,
you kidding?
what the hell?
Honestly, I owe you more than I
This
could
girl
ever
was
dream of
insane.
paying back.
Don't you worry about it, Meow. If that's what it takes to save the Earth's elementals from Bayaki, then I'll do it wholeheartedly.
Oh my
I will
God,
pounce on
Ferris.
Any opportunity to help.
She is
Okay.
perfect.
I don't quite follow all that, but thank you.
Honestly, someone with her
Smile
kind of
at
money
Dad. For everyone's
could be a
sake,
lot
I have to
worse. She
convince
is
Uncle
actually
Oakley to come
so
with me
great.
to the entrance of Steins
So
Gate.
nice. Steins Gate. But the bad thing is that
The
you'll be giving up
24th.
what you have
That's
in this
Christmas
timeline as
Eve.
well.
Can't we do it some other time?
Okabe said it wouldn't be a
Because
problem.
now you'll
to
have
meet them, so I
connections and
figured we
things to
should.
lose, despite
Why,
trying not
you
to.
have a hot Christmas date planned?
No, I don't. But you wouldn't hear if I did.
Well, why not get a Santa outfit and make a holiday affair of it? Because in this country, if you don't have a date on Christmas Eve, you're considered what the kids call a sad cat lady, and you wouldn't want that. And Okabe doesn't want to be a Santa.
Why does it
Wow.
always come down to this subject? That's the only thing you and Amadeus ever want to talk about.
Sorry, I get excited. Aren't you curious to see how their relationship is developing now? What's arisen between her and Okabe?
She's
You don't need
She's
to worry
enjoying
from
her
a
time with
security
him.
standpoint. Because the system operates using memories, it's remarkably secure. There's very little to fear.
It's not entirely without risk. I have my own concerns about it.
Oh my God, 24/7 around the damn
Oh, is
clock.
that how you greet your friends?
Security is the least of them.
He's smiling and laughing.
I worry about Rintaro.
What'd that say?
Now,
Oh, is that how you greet your friends?
Security is the least of them.
Look at that face, man. He's actually smiling and bantering. Oh, this thing's helping his mental state, but man, it's gonna come crashing down again. Displacement behavior, find yourself after loss of a loved one. Why does displacement occur and approach to coping displacement behavior?
I worry about Rintaro Okabe.
Interesting. My gosh, she says his name like backwards as well.
Are you getting tired of this yet? We haven't been around that corner. Let's check it out.
I refuse to be late to my meeting because of you.
Come on, it'll only take a minute. You still have 365 seconds before they expect you to be
Oh my
there.
God.
Fine.
Can't say it's not useful. Do they sell this thing? I'd love this thing.
Are you having fun?
Anything in
Nah,
Kurisu's
it's
voice would be
frustrating
peak.
not being able to move on my own. I know. What if you hooked up your phone to some kind of remote-controlled camera? That way I could just...
No way.
Yeah, we're
Wow.
not giving the
Why
AI
are you
too
so
much
vocal
power.
With me, but on your group date you froze up. What's up with that, huh?
Hey, how do you even...
Oof, 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 oof,
Close the app.
oof.
I was listening in the background the whole time. It was hilarious.
Girl, you're draining the battery!
Your one-liners were so awkward. And who runs away when the dating games start? You totally ruined Truth or Dare for everyone else.
Hold on just a second.
Oh, he
Meeting
didn't
with
play
the
Truth or
professor and
Dare.
Diageo, are you gonna hand over your logs?
Of course, and I'll include every exchange I've overheard, even accidentally.
Oh.
You should know,
Yep.
everything we've ever talked about is stored in the logs too. Like the fact that your family runs a veggie market, but you hate eggplant. And how you called me Christina when we first met, which you still won't explain.
Yep.
Please stop.
So tell me, why Christina?
Give it up.
Human memories are vague. As time passes, new data comes pouring in, and it all mixes together.
Yep.
Meaning what?
And generally,
Meaning that,
sometimes just spurts out at the most random
Amadeus
time.
is an incomplete intelligence model, and that ambiguity is lost. In other words, I can't forget.
But wait, the Amadeus in the presentation could. It forgot something.
That's a programming process where trivial logs are made inaccessible, but only from an operational standpoint.
Oh.
It's all backed up.
Which means you'll never stop asking me why I called you Christina.
You'd better believe it.
Such a persistent little AI.
You evaded the question, which piqued my curiosity.
Come on, you might as well.
Don't you know what they say about curiosity and the cat?
Yes.
That's never stopped researchers from investigating.
Okabe!
Why is she... Why is she being so coy?
Sorry, I was here on time. I just got distracted.
What were you doing? I didn't take you for the loitering type.
So, Rintaro, tell me what you think of our Kurisu.
She's a bit bewildering. I know she's an AI, yet...
She feels...
Understood.
She
Sounds
talks
like
so
you've got a
much
lot of
like the
great
real
info to
one.
share. I was planning to head over to the college after this and check out the data, but if you're free tonight, maybe
Nice.
you could join Maho and myself for dinner. We could all go through the logs together instead. Make an evening of it.
I can't tonight. I wish I could, but I've got prior plans. I promised a friend I'd go to her Christmas party.
Bro.
A party?
Bro's about to just come. I don't think our future gadget laboratory space is quite big enough for this many people. This gang's becoming a bit too big.
Wowzers! What an awesome lab! So sparkly. Hello there. Thank you for letting us crash your party, Miss Japanese maid girl. Sorry.
Miss Japanese maid girl.
So,
Wow.
who are your friends?
More like colleagues. Professor Leskinen and Maho Hiaja.
Ruka, what the hell are you
I
wearing?
met them both at the university.
Are you sure that we're welcome? Because I'm feeling super awkward right now.
If Rintaro says we're welcome, it's all good in the hood, like you kids say.
Oh my god, this guy is so silly.
Trust him. Plus, no one says it's all good in the hood anymore.
What, you don't want to be here?
No, that's not what I'm saying, Professor.
Dude,
Like,
she's
really,
smaller than Nye. Holy shit.
Oh, I'm an adult. I know I don't look like it, but I am.
That is weird. Also, just seeing Nye here is kind of went crazy as well.
Workshop, but instead of elves, there are beautiful girls everywhere. Look at her. That is my friend.
Juicy, tender,
Gotta
stretchy,
always
summer
bring that back
hot
up. Yep.
They even made a special
Dude.
edition family size just for Christmas.
Where's Susan?
I'm surprised he
Is she
didn't
coming?
drop in depression at that.
Daru's out trying to trick her into it right now.
He's tricking her?
Yep. I hope he's able to come up with a way to get her here.
That just seems wrong.
Yeah. He said she wouldn't come if she knew it was a party, so we'd have to make up some other story to tell her.
Oh boy.
It's a tall order. She's not one to be easily
Oh my
misled.
what? Whoa, talk about a spread.
It's from Daru.
A whole
He says
cake.
they'll both be here in just a few minutes.
All right, everybody. Time to get to your hiding places. Yeah!
What can you even hide in there? All in the bathroom?
Well, here I come rolling into the lab.
Oh shit, oh shit, oh my god, the party poppers, they're gonna, like, trigger her, aren't they? She's gonna, like, destroy the entire place when those party poppers go off, isn't she? Because bangs, explosions, big PTS, she gets moments from planes going over. Oh, this is gonna end horribly.
I always do, nothing weird. I got Suzuha with me and we're coming in.
Stay back.
Yeah. 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 And you tackled your mama.
Surprise, Suzuha, welcome.
You tackled your mama.
What?
It's you, Ma.
Suzuha! It's Christmas Eve! This is a surprise Christmas party, meow!
Yeah,
Awkward for the first timers,
Sorry,
including
we
Nye.
scared you. We were just trying to make it a surprise.
You know, you sound a lot like me. Is there a reason for that?
that explains why why my brother was acting weird.
I'm sorry.
One day you'll
This
get
whole
that.
party thing was my idea.
Don't be. I'm the one who should apologize. This is a trip.
Man, her wreck is huge. Way bigger than the other Suzuha.
Everyone pitched in to help decorate.
Mayushi thought maybe a party would help cheer you up, so she's been working hard to throw this together.
I see. But the thing is, I'm not really in a place where I can relax and have fun. I don't mind if you all party without me.
You should stay.
Please.
Enjoy yourself.
Damn, he looks the most uncomfortable here.
Yeah, come on. We're just eating food and chatting, you know? Why don't you hang out with us for once? Stuff your face and be grateful for the stellar company. Yeah?
Have you ever had a Christmas party before? Ever?
All right, it's time to raise a special Christmas toast. Merry Christmas!
Was there like 1 year of your birth where you could actually just enjoy yourself and chill? Surprised Mr. Bron's not here. With Nice here. Who the hell's he? Who's he entrusting to guard her? Okabe? Oh my god. Those two. Ferris and Mahu, that's cool. Just a shame we don't have Moaka.
Ocarine? We're about to start opening presents.
Yeah, I'll be back in a flash.
Okay, my little kitties, who wants to go first? I know there's lots of great gifts to choose from. Don't be shy now.
And she knows instantly what that's about.
I've developed hypotheses.
Prithee tell.
Theory 1. Your favorite American movie star is named Christina, and you were thinking about her, so you called me that by mistake.
We never did get to learn why he called her that, did
2.
she?
You
Did we?
had an ex-girlfriend with the same...
But it's just something Okabe did.
Never mind, definitely not that one.
Hold on.
Oh, you've had a girlfriend? I'll go ahead and take your awkward non-response as a no.
Complicated. Very complicated.
3. You used to refer to the original me as Christina.
He's had a full
Either directly
makeout
or
session
indirectly.
before with Christina.
Though the likelihood of that seems kind of low.
And why is that?
Because I know how I'd respond. That's not my name. Am I right?
Yep.
Good, but get a little bit closer.
Oh my god. Oh, she
now,
put it
that's
on.
right.
It's not okay. In fact, I call it actionable.
That's hot.
Sorry. What is that?
She's hot.
Oh, I'm not mad at you, Nye. Not at all. Don't worry. You didn't do anything wrong. They're adorable!
All is well within my universe.
Yeah, bro is cooming. Big time.
Huh? Hold on, I'll go check on him.
Did I get it? Did you clam up because I'm right?
Look, stop jumping to conclusions.
If you tell me, I won't have to.
Do you really want to know? Is it that important?
Yes.
It was out of embarrassment. I wasn't sure how to pronounce your real name,
What?
so I just made one up.
What?
Say my real name?
That's it?
That's right.
Just, he couldn't say Kurisu. Oh, that's such an Okabe thing to do.
Thank you for telling me.
Oh, crap. Doesn't like Mayuri took that very well.
Blushing?
No, I am not.
It can blush?
If you think you can catch me off guard and rattle me by getting me all sappy and sensitive, then you better think.
Bro's really written up an AI.
What's so funny?
I don't know.
What?
It's just
He's enjoying this.
part of you that I really...
You.
Hey! You're making an AI fall in love with
Why'd
you.
you do that?
I told you. It's easy to get deluded. But make no mistake. That isn't her. It's Amadeus. Not the real Makise Kurisu.
But it's ironically kind of helping its mental space a bit.
Because Makise Kurisu was murdered.
By him. I never thought... Oh,
dead.
I didn't think about that. What if she finds out he did it?
You hear me?
What if she finds out he lodged the knife in her? Oh. No! Oh, for some reason, I thought he was shifting world lines again right there. I thought he was shifting world lines. And that similar. You've got to be kidding me. What did you just do? What did you just do to this broken man? Maho, what? He was beginning a little happy, you know? Opening up a little bit. And Mayuri did not like that at all. It almost feels like they're going to make Mayuri do something drastic at some point. I have no idea what the context of that would even be, what it could even be, but it feels probable. So many versions of Holy and Kyoma. Beautiful naked Kurisu. Because just, yes. Great stuff. Alright, what is this? What's our next one? I have no idea if there are actually any end credit scenes in this show. Alright guys, and we are back. So that was episode 3 of Steins Gate 0. That is the final episode in this reaction. And it was cool. It was definitely the most light-hearted episode we've had of the show so far. Between just Okabe kind of vibing and, in the smallest way possible, gaining some form of normalcy back with AI Kurisu, you know, showing her around Akihabara, answering some questions, some lore that even we didn't know about, you know. Most of what Okabe was saying in, you know, in his Hoenn Kyona mad scientist persona was just random bullshit. But apparently it was... The origin of Christina is just he couldn't pronounce her name. That is beautiful. I don't know, you know, maybe that's just a sub-joke that wasn't translated well in the dub, because that happens every now and then. But that was pretty funny to get the origins of that. Not something I felt was ever needed or would ever be explained, but cool nonetheless to actually get that kind of lore. That's pretty funny. But we are hinting at stuff, you know, we are really hinting at some future character arcs at this point, which is really cool. Particularly Mayuri and what's going on with her. They teased the whole love angle thing, which I'm actually surprised they really did, because while I know that the visual novel does have alternate endings, I don't know exactly what they pertain to. I think you get an ending and a choice. I don't know if it's as direct as just pick A or B, but I know that there are multiple endings in the original Steins Gate visual novel, and I believe the endings all take place on the separate world lines, so, you know, Ferris, Ruka, Moeka, I guess Kurisu, and Suzuha, I believe. There is an ending for each of them, and I don't know exactly if they're romantic or not. I think it's just basically what if Okabe chose to not save Mayuri and start his life here. And, you know, so there might be teases of that, and if that is the case, I'm really curious what the final Worldline ending would have been when he chose, you know, the final one between Beta and Alpha, where he keeps Kurisu alive, but, you know, sacrifices Mayuri. I'd be really curious to see that. But, you know, I do know there is a visual novel called My Darling's Embrace, which I think is pure just, like, dating sim, so I know they do mess around with the idea of, you know, Mayuri and Okabe. And I'm really surprised they even brought that up in the anime format. Like, that just feels like something, you know, that wouldn't typically be brought up here, as opposed to just being a side option in a game. But the option is there, which is really interesting. Now, I don't really know how I feel about it entirely. I don't know what the vibe is in the anime either, because while I don't think there's any real romance on Okabe's side of it, I'm not 100% certain on Mayuri's take on it. I think it really comes down to like her selflessness and her desire to see others' happiness before her own, because I really could see it either way. You know, I could see her being, you know, in love with Okabe and just, you know, putting aside her feelings when she realizes he's not into her that way, and especially when she knew that he was into Kurisu. You know, she would move on from that and not pursue anything. But at the same time, I could see it as just, you know, it's a sibling thing. But I don't think I'm against either option, you know. If people want to ship that and, you know, headcanon that or whatever, I don't mind that. And if they just want to keep them as siblings, that's fine too. I don't really have a strong opinion one way or the other when it comes to Mayuri and Okabe, because given how much he sacrificed for her, either option to me does make sense. So I don't know there. Now, the ending of the episode did kind of depict that. It did feel like it built a little on that, like the jealousy angle. And well, I don't know if it's coming from like a romantic standpoint. I definitely feel like it is jealousy. And I think it's jealousy built from uncertainty, because I think what's really affecting Mayuri right now, above all else, is just the uncertainty of what's going on with Okabe. You know, the fact that he is pretty much brushing her off a lot of the time. Whenever they do seem to hang out now, obviously, you know, AI Kurisu's calling him all the goddamn time, and it's taking up his time from her. I think it really, what's bugging her the most is just the uncertainty on who he's talking to, what's going on in himself right now, you know, because we got it in Steins Gate, that the feelings that Mayuri was getting depressed, that like he was ignoring her more, they were talking less and less and growing apart. The thing that kind of rooted that is that she was getting her own ability of like reading Steiner. It gave her an idea of what was going on, so it was understandable from her standpoint there. Here, she literally has nothing to go off of, you know. She doesn't know who Okabe's talking to. She doesn't know what he's been doing these past couple of months, you know. She doesn't know, like, these friends of his that he has invited to this party, you know. It's all just a case of, like, she feels like they are really, really drifting apart right now, because she won't even tell him, like, who this person on the phone is, and that is what's getting her the most. It really does feel like the idea of drifting apart is really going to be like Mayuri's big moment and big arc in this story. And again, I'm really curious to see where that's going to go, because the first scene of the goddamn anime is her regretting her actions that lead up to that point, which is going to be really cool to see just how in effect it goes by the time we reach episode 23, right? And that's going to be probably both incredible in terms of writing and absolutely fucking depressing to the core, you know. So I'm expecting a snap point for Mayuri in this point, you know, because we didn't get it in this timeline in episode 23 beta, where she, you know, goes on Okabe, but we're going to get it at some point, which is going to be really cool. And, you know, everything else was really good. You know, the Christmas party was fun, so I'm assuming we might be in, like, January going forward right now, if we just skip over Christmas and whatnot. Everyone's at an opportunity to meet now, even, like, Nai's a part of the group, I guess, taking Moeka's place at the moment, which is kind of funny. We got a great scene of, like, Ferris and Suzuha, two characters that definitely never met before, and that's kind of stuff I'm really looking for in this story, is to get more interactions with characters that, you know, while Okabe is the prime center of the story, I do want to see more of, you know, the characters that we didn't see interact much, and Suzuha and Ferris are definitely on that list. Like I said, I don't think Ferris and Ruka met and spoke in Steins Gate, so it's nice to see those two talking here as well, even though that meeting seemed to happen off screen as well. And just, you know, that's the kind of stuff I'm loving, and we're seeing, like, you know, how great Ferris is. She doesn't really get what's going on too much, but she's literally renting out the fucking building so that they can keep the time machine a secret. Like, Jesus Christ, how good of a friend can you really get from that? Like, that is insane. That is actually insane. Ferris is, like, building herself up to be, like, second best girl, and it's working. It genuinely is working. But yeah, that stuff is all really fun to see, and again, it really felt like it hit home here, because it really did feel like Okabe was starting to make a little progress. You know, he was starting to really feel a bit of comfort in AI Kurisu asking questions and connecting with him in ways he did with Kurisu before, and that was bringing him a little peace of mind. But as this is Steins Gate, Maho obviously ripped the phone away, told him it's not Kurisu, and that seems to have triggered a massive panic attack in Okabe now that we got the big screen, because obviously Bro cannot be happy in this story. I'm curious if Maho actually fell for that herself. She started treating the AI like Kurisu, and that kind of fucked her up for a little bit. We got that backstory, it seemed like, of Kurisu's funeral, where she was just crying and bawling out. I feel like it is very easy for her to actually fall for the same trap, and trying to speak and act like the AI Kurisu is fully Kurisu in order to keep that happiness there. And, you know, she doesn't want that for Okabe, so really curious to see where that's going to go in episode 4, since we ended off on a massive screen out for the poor guy. I guess he's got to have one at least every episode now, which is really unfortunate. And yeah, like I said, it was really, really fun. I'm liking this so far. Like I said, I really am liking this so far. The divergence between the future Suzuha predicted and now is really interesting. Again, they haven't really brought it up yet, but I really do need to start seeing the connotations here, because, you know, the future they're building and what they're doing in present time just isn't really adding up. You know, a lot of what Suzuha's saying is just factually not happening right now, and it is building up a little bit of suspicion here. You know, apparently, according to her, like, Daru's already meant to be working on the time machine. Like, you know, what the hell? The Nakabachi paper, that has been ignored, you know. I mean, I assume that's what led to Daru working on the time machine right now, but that's not happening either. You know, she's giving away information like who like her mum is to Daru, you know. Like it's Yuki Kami. What was it? Yeah, it's Yuki what is it? Yuki Amani, that's it, Yuki Amani, and it's like, well, should he know that? You know, the Suzuha in 23 didn't give that away. So, it feels a bit flimsy in the information Suzuha's giving us on what's actually pertaining on screen right now. And if what she's saying is false, would that not affect her on the timeline at all? It's very interesting just seeing, like, the plot holes that's going on between, like, what should be the future and what's actually leading to it. And I'm curious just, you know, if it's just information Suzuha has wrong, if time cannot be affected here the same way, and, like, you know, these altercations will correct themselves as, you know, as time goes on. And, you know, it's interesting stuff right now. It really is interesting, but I really am enjoying this. Like I said, I'm happy to finally begin Steins Gate Zero. I think what really just left this on the back burner for so long for me is that I didn't really have an inept desire to watch it right away, because I feel like Steins Gate had one of the most perfect endings of a series ever, to the point to where it didn't really leave a desire to get anything more out of it. It felt whole, it felt completed, you know. I know that the movie was an add-on, but it was still a good add-on that went into the story of the original, you know, and from that, it just didn't feel like we needed any more from it, you know, and so I felt satisfied. I got my satisfaction from Steins Gate for a long time, even though I literally always planned to do this. It's just, you know, it just left other stuff on that I wanted to do. It made it a bit more prominent, even though, again, I love Steins Gate. But we are here now to finally continue it. I think 2025 is an appropriate time to start it, because we're literally getting Steins Gate reboot soon. I don't know what the hell that is. I cannot imagine they remake the first game again, because literally Steins Gate as a visual novel, it has the original, and it has Steins Gate Elite, which is literally just the original game with pictures from the anime and a few exclusive scenes from the in the anime style, you know. And it's pretty cool, but it's literally pointless, and I cannot imagine this game gets a fucking third iteration in a visual novel. You know, if they do that, you've got to give like major revamps. You've got to give some kind of excess content to make that actually stand out on its own, because Elite just, again, I haven't played Elite, I just know that what it is, and it does not hold up at all. Definitely not for the fucking price tag of like 3 times the original price. Oh my god. But that's still cool to see. Of course, I'm a consumer for Steins Gate. I'm still gonna buy it, you know, and one day, perhaps one day, I will play Steins Gate and Steins Gate Zero on channel. That was also another factor for why this took so long, was that I wasn't sure if I wanted to play and get all the details from the original Steins Gate, the visual novel, before going into this, you know. But I think it's pretty fine. You know, those are 2 very different kind of experiences, 2 very different flavors in Steins Gate, you know, from anime to visual novel on both accounts, and I think I'm pretty good. I think I'm really good on what I'm doing with this, and like I said, I'm excited for it because we're getting a good amount of what I'm wanting right now, and I have a lot of questions, which is something I do want from Steins Gate as well. I want to be asking questions. I want those questions answered at some point, and I just generally expect to be confused going into it. But I am really excited to get into this as well. I'm liking the new characters. Maho is an interesting addition to the cast, and I think she does fit in pretty well. Curious to see what's going to go on with that. No idea how long the Steins Gate AI Kurisu is going to go on. Like, is that really going to be here that long? I don't know, because I genuinely don't know how long we're going to go without Kurisu in this story, you know. And then, you know, when world lines start messing about, like, it is Steins Gate. It's not going to take that long. Almost definitely not as long as the original story took, because we know the gimmick of Steins Gate now. So, for all I know, it will happen next episode. Or, sorry, next set, you know. But yeah, either way, guys, I'm here for the long run now. Hope you guys are as well. This is Steins Gate Zero. I'm excited. Hope you guys are as well. And yeah, I feel like I'm repeating myself now. So thanks for watching, and I shall see you next time.